Well, hello again, everyone. This is Bob Mannery, and you're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, only on A2D Radio. Tom and Mike, these guys are fucking awesome. But their side piece, Greg, that guy is a goddamn problem.
Tom, no Mike, AM in the PM, only on A2D Radio. We are live from the Real Talk Studios like we are every Wednesday night. And every Wednesday night we are brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make him yours. Gibson Mayer LLC. Find him on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo filling in for Mike Mataraki tonight. Greg Milakovic, Robbie Pove on the ones and twos. The family out there joining us. A ton to talk about, like always. We're a little late to the party tonight. We were supposed to be a 10 o'clock start. Usually I'm the king of 5 minutes later. I like to make people wait. You know what I mean? Last of the party, really rolling with an entrance. But tonight it was just out of our control. And I'm not here to point fingers. And it's not at you, Rob. I'm not here to point. Just that's out the door up 295 a little bit.
Ralph?
No, Ralph's that way. You're clear, Ralphie. So, in our agenda tonight, where do the Phillies go from here? Listen, another win. And this team's been the king of just finding weird ways to hang in it even though they're not good enough. And the Cubs tied up at 2 tonight. So if the Cubs lose tonight, they're 3 out with 11 to go. I mean, you still could have some.
We have seen crazier.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. We had. Now, to me, this pitching staff isn't good enough and this bullpen isn't. But so we've seen crazier. We've seen collapses. And now we're talking about Washington not playing as well as they were. So, it's making it a little interesting down the stretch. We'll get into that later on in the show. NFL Week 3 picks against the spread. A little walking around money. Eagles versus Lions predictions. We'll get into that. Chance for you to win some money from us to you. And it's a simple, whatever pay app you got, we got you. $40. We've upped it. People are still crumbs. They don't want to chime in. Well, they chime in. They don't screenshot and collect on their money. Maybe because we haven't played up the standards yet, and we've all been wrong.
And no one's hit.
We've all been freaking wrong here. So we're going to get into that. Chance for you to win some money. And like we always say, you got to have player to game, offense and defense. They're the tiebreakers in it if we ever do start playing to our level. Our main topic at hand, this is what the people want. I feel like I got a pulse. We got a pulse on the family and the people. This is what they want tonight. All right, I talked to Rye earlier on the fix. They were going, this Jalen poll question, and then Eagles-Lions in the title. I said, we got to talk. Yeah. I need one of the two. Which one do you guys want to slide across and give me? Because I need one of the two. So our poll question, brought to you by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. The Eagles need to trade for Jalen Ramsey. Do you agree or disagree? And listen, I know everybody out there might agree with the poll question, but they're going to be like, well, what do we need to give up? I have a limit on what I will give up. And to me, that's what we're going to get into now because there's people against giving up air quote assets. Mm-hmm. So to the poll, the Eagles need to trade for Jalen Ramsey. Chime in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find his family. We're reading off everything tonight, baby. Everything you got, coming right back to you. Give it all you got. We're givers. Give it all you got. We're givers. Ask my wife.
How was that?
Did that just go through? Did that just?
Really, no, I heard you.
I heard you. I mean, would you guys step up? This is twice tonight.
Well, you got Young Buck asking a question like he's never seen. I love you, man.
No, I've just never heard you make that sound ever before, and I don't think I ever want to hear you say that.
I wouldn't want him to make that sound.
That came out of nowhere.
Guys in my basement. Guys in my basement.
Yeah.
I'm scared to death now.
Yeah.
What's coming up the stairs late at night?
It's not about me. I'm more worried about you. It's not about me. It's not about me.
Real quick, let me read off a few.
And
think about where you're going with it. Trevor Harris. What's up, fellas? What's up, Trev?
What up, Trev?
What's up, Trevor?
Tristan Russo in the house. What's up, my fam?
Yo.
What up, brother? That was me. commenting. We don't need to read off me. Carlos Guzman. We need to get Ramsey. You know it, Carlos. Listen. You might listen to other people talk in this area about this issue and absolutely disagree with them. You're going to agree with every goddamn word that comes out of my mouth tonight. I guarantee. Devin Hunt. Let's go. What up, fam?
What's
up,
Dev?
bruv?
What's up?
I said, bruv. What's up, brother? Because you semi came in at the same time.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. It's me. It's me. I got to be better. Tristan Russo. I want Ramsey, but it seems like we always fall short in trades like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we do. And listen, I'll get into Howie after I read all the comments and Greg goes. Kyle, I totally agree with the poll, but it's not happening. I'll give 2 firsts and a third personally. I love where your freaking head's at. I don't usually love where your head's at.
Oh, he's going. He's throwing the third.
I love it. I don't give a shit what you give up in terms of assets. Bill Motorbrook, agree. They want 2 firsts, give them 2 firsts and a third. Get it done. Wow. Most people would say, hey, they want 2 firsts. You could probably get away with a first and a second. Most people would probably argue that. But we're going to continue to talk. Ralphie Day, my sources are telling me that we might get Ramsey. Who on Madden are you talking to?
Is your source the football?
Yeah.
Are we going laces? Do we get laces?
Are you playing Madden versus Jalen?
I mean, the answer is yes.
He's playing Madden now. Versus Jalen's another conversation.
You and Sid tonight? You and Sid hanging out?
Jake, what up, boys? What up, Jake?
What up?
All right. So go ahead, Greg. To the poll, we're going to read off everything. Ryan will get YouTube for everybody out there. We'll get to you. And we got everybody handled tonight, we promise. Greg, to the poll, the Philadelphia Eagles need the trade for Jalen Ramsey. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree for need. I want him. I think they should trade for him, but I don't think they need to trade for him.
30th against the pass last year. 31st, obviously only 2 games in, which really doesn't do nothing for me, but it's a trend.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
but
not
we
concerning.
No, it is concerning because we started slow like this last year, and we did pick it up. And between 20 and 20, it seems where we get exposed a lot. Especially in the secondary.
Yeah, we used
when
to.
we get inside, like the red zone, like especially with Jalen when he's healthy, we kind of lock it in. Now, obviously, the less field goes to our advantage because our zone then covers more area. Mm-hmm. Do I want him? Absolutely. I give up 2 firsts. I give up a first and a third.
You just don't think we need
I just don't
him.
think we need to.
Okay. I mean, listen, that's fine. We're going to debate that as we go, right? I know you were hot on this subject as well. Do they need him?
They 100% need him. Let me ask you, Greg, anybody at home who thinks they don't need him, do you want to look at the situation we had on Sunday every single week? I don't, personally. I don't. And listen, I get, Jalen Mills is on his way back, and we like Jalen here. But does he move the needle that much? Or do we look at the entirety of our secondary core and think, oh, it's that. It's that. And I get it.
Average.
It's week 2. It's average at best. Like we talked about over the summer. It's a lot of stuff. It's it's great that we have Jones and Mills, yes, and Maddox and LeBlanc, kind of. Not really this year. We have a bunch of stuff and their names, and I get that made everyone so excited because in the past we had, one guy and then just a bunch of, oh, who is that?
Yeah, well, we did a show on this. We did a show that was one of our concerns.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did.
And everyone was so happy because I get it. Maddox had a good year. Everyone had solid years. But also, Darby's coming back from a major injury. Jalen Mills is coming back from a major injury. There's going to be kind of, rocks on the whole path here. Jalen Ramsey, okay, it's a solution. There's nobody in football like him. And I get all the cautiousness to a degree of, that's their picks. That's going to hurt us later. I'm not worried about later. I'm worried about now.
Well,
are we trying to win a Super Bowl now?
Can you worry about later and now at the same time?
Yes.
The people that worry about assets, you're talking about a 24-year-old kid. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's later too, babe. Yeah. You ain't trading for a 30-year-old. If it's a 30-year-old, I'm not trading 2 firsts. But a 24-year-old, not even in the prime of their career. So to the poll, I completely agree.
Yeah.
All right, like Ryan said, 100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000%. I don't care what the percent is. When you're talking about the best player in football at their position and 24 years old, and people say, oh, well, the cons to him, he wants $15 million a year. Okay, calm down. Okay, the CBA's going up. All that stuff's going up. Yeah. I'm not worried about that right now. All right?
And we have the money, so that's not really a concern.
Yeah, we have the money. Okay, and you're talking about the best player at his position. And then the other con, well, he's a cancer. A cancer to what? What's he ever done wrong besides want more money, which every player does, in some shape or fashion, but was a little out in the open about it with a brink truck, which we would have laughed about here. You know what I mean? We would laugh. People don't understand, and I heard this the other day as somebody who spoke to his agent, was that this guy is calculated. He's not a bad guy. He's not what you think. He's actually really smart, and he just wants to win football games, and he understands, defensive schemes more than most people do. And people are like, well, I'm worried about him fitting in this scheme, another con. What are you talking about? When you can be left on an island, you fit whatever scheme you want to throw out there. You understand? Yep. The worst defense coordinator you ever met in your life, he can play for it. You understand? And change their defense. This is a game changer on the defense side of the football.
Absolutely.
Okay? One player doesn't win you anything. But when we're not getting pressure either, you need somebody to be able to hold their ground for 5 seconds in this league. Will he get beat? Everybody gets beat.
Yeah.
But look at his numbers for the top five receivers, in the National Football League. They're ridiculous. This is better than Deion Sanders. You understand me? It could be better than Deion Sanders to the point where the guy will tackle you. The guy is aggressive.
Oh, he's not afraid to get his beak
He's not
wet.
a one-trick pony where he's soft on the outside. We talk about corners wanting to get their beak wet. He wants to get it as wet as he can get it, baby.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's dehydrated. He's thirsty coming in on Sundays. I don't understand the negative comments about this guy. You're talking about a guy that all he did was want more money, and we talked about Doug Marrone. I want to fight Doug Marrone. Yeah. Doug Marrone's an idiot.
Well, it's not even that he want more money, too. He's coming up on the end of his rookie deal looking for an extension. Of course. What player in any sport isn't expecting a raise and doesn't want a raise, especially when you are the top guy?
Especially being – and no disrespect to any Jaguars fan like Clay. We love Clay and everything. But they don't win there.
He'll tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
He'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And it's not as exciting. The guy went to Florida State. You think, he didn't want to play for Jacksonville, but when you get into a bad organization where, one, they have the money to spend.
Yep.
So it's not like it's not there. They've let good players walk out the door there, okay? They have. Their defense has gotten worse, and not because of him and who's the other corner I'm drawing a blank on? Real good corner.
You know
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Former guy, he played for the Texans before he's another shutdown cat. But besides them two, that defense has gone south. They're not as loaded as they were the year they went to the title game.
Yes, and I'll give you anybody at home who wants to question his loyalty to football or to the team, I'll give you an example, okay? I'll take it away from football. Say, for example, you work for a company that knew that sucked, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And then you knew on top of that,
AJ Boye.
they're not going to pay you what you feel that you deserve. So you're stuck at a company that you know sucks and it's not going anywhere. 2, they're not paying you enough. You're going to be happy? No, you're not.
I quit.
You know what I'm saying?
I
get we as a society act like football players are not really like people.
We talk about all the time computers.
You know what I'm saying?
You're playing Madden all the time.
But if the guy who wants to win, who's very good, who's the best at what he does in this sport, knows they're not going to win and feels, hey, I'm young, I'm not really injured yet. That always happens with players in the NFL. So while I'm at the top of my game and I'm not winning, at least I can sleep better at night knowing that I'm getting compensated for my worth or anything close.
Yeah, and all the guys say AJ Boye.
Yeah, they all chime
Matt
in.
Haxton,
Yeah.
Ricky Gwen. What's up, boys?
Good work, boys.
Quentin Maurice, Bass in the house. We getting Ramsey, trust the Roseman. Now, and that's what I want to say about Howie before I forget. I'm a Howie guy, but I've been critical of Howie in the past because the one thing I don't think he succeeds in is something that he loves, and that's the draft. I don't think he succeeds as much as people want to give him credit for. The one thing that I want to say, and I'll say it right on air, E-Rock, Eric, I said in a video earlier, I respect what you do, but I can tell you you're flat out fucking wrong, okay? You're just wrong. The fact that you're scared about 2 first-round picks and you compared it to Derek Barnett, one, who was the 14th pick of the draft, so you can't compare that, and then Andre Dillard, 22nd. If I get Ramsey, I expect to be drafted from 25 on. You understand? So them 2 picks are irrelevant to me. But my point is, we overvalue guys. We really do in this city. Andre Dillard hasn't played a snap at left tackle, and now he's a Hall of Famer? Okay? Calm the freak down. Okay? Derek Barnett was injured last year, and coming in this year, had 3 offside penalties in week 1 and has been on a milk carton. So please tell me why these first-round picks that are so coveted around the National Football League that people salivate over and then overvalue your own players. Can we stop doing this in this city? When you ask anybody else, Rob, a Cowboy fan, but he's in tune to us because he's here all the time, but he would tell you, he's good. He's not going to tell you Derek Barnett's great yet. And I like Derek. This isn't a shot at Dillard or Derek.
Yeah.
This is a shot at making a ridiculous statement. And again, scared money don't make money. So when we talk about it all the time, I'll trade draft picks for proven talent under the certain age of 25 every day. Every day. We talk about it in baseball. Every day. What do you want? I'll give you the freaking farm. What do you want? I'm so sick of people being back here and being like, oh, it'd be like giving up Derek Barnett and Andre Dillard. I mean, could you do that for Jalen Ramsey? No, I don't want to trade either one of them for Ramsey.
Right.
But hindsight being 2020, I would do it all day. In the draft Jalen Ramsey was in with Carson Wentz, I sat here and said, shit, when we traded up, man, I would have to even contemplate taking Ramsey. Yep. Now, I can't because I got to get your quarterback, so I'm all in on Carson there. But that's how good this guy is. So knock off the scared shit. Oh, 2 first-rounders? Oh, my God. We're going to cripple our franchise. What happens if he gets hurt, Greg? What happens, Ryan, if he gets hurt? Everybody gets hurt.
Well, I guess we should never acquire anybody then, in the case that they get hurt.
Yeah.
I'm wound up. I'm tired of idiots in this fan base. I'm tired of guys who want to run podcasts and kiss ass and get on NBC telling people and selling people on foolishness. Did you ever play anything in your life? Like, again, are you a football guy or an Eagles guy? I'm scared that he traded that much for Jalen.
But if this team,
I'm out of breath. I'm sick of it.
Look at what's already signed.
People bloating.
There's a lot of guys that are signed, so it's like you're giving up first-round picks for guys that we'd probably be trading away anyway.
Well, you know what's funny, too?
You know, because it's Howie doing to Bill Belichick. All right, we're going to trade down. Everyone forgets we traded up for Dillard. You know what we gave up? Probably at first, I forget the exact, but we gave up stuff to get Dillard.
Yes. That's correct. Well, here's the other thing, too.
I don't know the exact.
Kyle, tell your mom I'm sorry. She said, Mom said you're being too loud.
Oh, sorry, Mom.
Crumb, I don't need a hug. Because I'm not playing patty cake right now. I'm playing real life. When you have an opportunity to get somebody the best in your position, knock off the draft picks unless they're top 5 or top 10, and even top 10, I'm not fully in on. Top 5, most of the time you're going to hit if you have a clue. Yeah. Outside of that, it's all crapshoot. My goodness.
Well, we got it earlier on, and I'm not even directing anybody who made a video or anything. I saw a lot in the chat of, I don't know about 2 first-round picks. And we see it every year, and I think it's so funny. This time of year, we're all about kind of conserving draft picks. But every year around March, April, May, you know what the conversation is? We say it and it's justified. Oh, we're going to find out if Howie can draft. And we're always like, Howie really can't draft. But we forget about that this time of year. You understand?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because we act like, we're so good at drafting.
Because we're playing Madden. No, because we're playing Madden again, and we're looking for the next offseason. Like, oh, my God, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
The draft's going to be boring. I don't care about the draft. I really don't. I care about when the player hits the field, can he play or not?
You remember when we won
Do I watch it? Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Remember when we won the Super Bowl II, and then draft came out of nowhere, and we were just showing like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about the draft. You know why? Because it doesn't matter when you're good. And I get it. You need to build through the draft. I'm not negating anything about the draft. But my point is, I always talk about it, and I talk about it with the Sixers all the time because they suck at drafting too. Besides like 2 guys.
Yeah, besides like getting things handed in your lap.
Yes.
Like handing in your lap doesn't make you a good guy drafting. Like trading up to 2 to get Carson doesn't make you a genius.
No.
Okay? It really doesn't.
And here, I always call draft picks, they're like coupons. They're like coupons for a potential good player.
Yeah.
You understand? Like
potential deal.
So I'm trading away 2 coupons for the best cornerback in the league? Okay, can I sign up, please?
Exactly.
I might trade 3. I might trade 4. You understand? Like, I don't care. And people, they were ripping me earlier. Oh, well, you're putting this franchise in jeopardy. When? In 4 years? When I plan on having 2 more rings? All right. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't
see the Jeopardy thing.
I don't see the Jeopardy
like
either. What? Just because we lose out on 2 first-rounders?
Yes.
Yeah, Bill Middlebrook says
they're essentially second-rounders anyway.
Yeah,
if we're supposed to be what we think we are,
yeah.
Yes.
They're second-rounders anyway.
Our first-round pick, we don't even want to see play this year.
I'll tell you this:
understand?
if you don't want Jalen Ramsey, now if Eric would have said this, I'm not trading out on Ramsey because I don't think we're good enough right now.
Oh,
that's a completely different argument.
Yes.
You understand?
Sure.
Then I'm all in on what you're saying because I'll buy into that.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't think we're as good as we think we are, but at the end of the day,
but doesn't a move like that though still change the needle?
It does. It changes
You know
everything.
what I mean? Like, you're right. I get that aspect of it.
Dude, swagger matters, right?
Absolutely.
We talk about swagger in sports, babe.
Yeah, there's no
when
question.
you got swag and you're great, that transcends people. That makes guys around you in the secondary better. Okay? The reason the Jaguars think is their offense stinks.
Yep.
Okay? That's the reason they've stunk for the last 2 years.
I'll give you an example of something that happened 2 nights ago. The Steelers traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick, a team that just lost their quarterback. They think that Minkah Fitzpatrick moves the needle. If Minkah Fitzpatrick's moving the needle, you're damn well sure Jalen Ramsey's moving the needle.
I love the people that are on Minkah. Like, I like Minkah, but he's a Swiss Army knife back there.
Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily have one spot.
He doesn't have one spot.
Listen, I love Minkah, and I haven't missed on a DB in years, and I would have taken Minkah
There we
too.
go.
But I'll just confirm that all the time. I'm a DB junk, and I don't miss him. Okay, and I'm telling you, I like Minkah a lot. I would have drafted him. He's a guy I like. I love Bama guys because I know they're all athletes at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, but I would give up a first for Minkah. So if I'm giving up a first for Minkah, then reality-wise, talent-wise, I should be giving up a 2 firsts and a second at least for Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
Like, and that's my problem with people. Like, I think we're real good. I think we have an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. Okay, I do, especially when we get healthy. But right now, when you have a guy who can transcend your team and get everybody around you, you know how it was with the Phillies. Right, Romuto said, "Oh, we're going to be making moves," and they didn't really make moves. Like that brings guys down.
Yeah.
If this move happened and no players got down those picks, what do you think everybody in that locker room looks at each other in the eye and said, "Yo, they're trying to win. We're going to win this thing.
Well,
we're going to go win this thing." Right? Because you think people don't know how good this guy is. You think guys don't watch tape on him.
Oh, they
you think
know.
offensive guys haven't been like, "God damn it!" When we played him in London, like, man, this guy can play.
Yeah.
Now the rest of their defense, it's still okay and good enough. But offense stinks.
Well, let's look at what we did 2 years ago, okay?
And Bruce Bochy got his
Yeah.
what do you get? His
2000s?
2000s career manager,
Awesome. That's
manager
great.
will win
Wow.
tonight.
In his last year?
Go
That's
talk.
awesome. That's awesome.
Biggest noggin in the sport.
Look at what we did 2 years ago, okay? We went and got Jay Ajayi. And Jay Ajayi, and no disrespect to Jay, because he did well for us. Jay Ajayi moved the needle for us. Imagine what the best guy as far as in his position does for a football team.
Moves needle.
You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
Derek Walter says it's going to happen.
Love it.
What's it? I always mess up her name.
Eileen.
I always mess it up, Eileen. I'm sorry. Because now you're in my head now, Eileen. Like, no, am I going to say it wrong? Am I going to say it wrong? She said, "Do you really think we're going to get to the Super Bowl? I think with Jalen Ramsey, we have a damn good chance."
Way better chance there.
We all thought it beforehand, so why after 2 games
Yeah, are we out on it?
would we be out? I mean, we knew this first stretch of couple games were
Could be
going
a
to
little
be tough
tough.
anyway.
Yeah. Be a
You know
little
what I mean? Especially these next 2 weeks when you have 2 games in 11 days or 12 days.
Yep.
So, Michael DeAndre, anywhere on the Raiders being in on it? I heard they were that earlier, and then Bill Middlebrook responded to them. They're out on that.
Yeah, their cap issues. They have to move too much money. That's their issue.
Interesting.
But guess who doesn't? The Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Tristan Russo, I'm sick of hearing the Eagles maybe in rumors if this team is all in. I want to wake up on Friday and see the Eagles trade for Ramsey. Just do it, Howie. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I look back on it, I'm like, because there's been a lot of big names surrounding the Philadelphia Eagles the last, let's say, 9 months. I think we were all lukewarm or absolutely no on Antonio Brown. I was lukewarm on Le'Veon. I was okay with getting Jadeveon Clowney. I'm fine with looking into Melvin Gordon, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't know if I'm not there yet as far as panicking yet. Even though that's not a panic move. He's very good. Jalen Ramsey, I'm all in. Like, that's the one.
No, I got.
You know what I'm
and that's
saying?
what I'm saying. Like, I want him. There's
Yeah.
no question. But I think there's other aspects, again, to our secondary playing bad, as you touched on it earlier, too. Our defensive line isn't getting to the quarterback either.
No, but when you can put
You
a
know what
guy
I mean?
back there.
And now you have guys. No, you're absolutely
It
right. If
changes
you
everything.
can upgrade that, then now
You're just not
now
upgrading with like a Pro Bowl.
No,
right?
you're absolutely
Here's what I want to
correct.
try to explain to people. You're not upgrading your position with a Pro Bowler. You're going to get a 24-year-old kid who's the best player at his position already.
And when does a player like that become available?
They
Well,
don't.
it's-
Either you
exactly.
draft it
It's like what
Yes.
happened in MLB this year.
or you have to outbid in free agency.
When you
Yes.
had
Wouldn't
like
it
a
be better to-
Machado and a Harper. When do those types of guys? Because look at Trouty, look at Arenado, look at Chris Bryant. Like, look at all these guys that are never going to hit the market
Exactly.
because they're locked in. And when guys like this become available, you have to pounce.
Well, Tom's right, too. The 2 opportunities is, number 1, when you draft, and number 2, when they hit free agency. But to your point, 9 times out of 10, a player like this never gets close to free agency.
No, or you
Especially
have to,
at this
or
age.
now you're in an outbid game. So
Yes.
now you're in a bidding war. So I look at it as like,
and you want to talk about hampering
well,
your team?
when I talked about getting Machado, right?
wanna talk about
when I
hampering
talked
your
about
team?
trading for Machado last offseason and then getting him in your room
Mm-hmm.
and be able to work something out before it hits, right? Trying to work out something out before you hit free agency, right? The same thing can be done here. He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
He knows what he's valued at.
Well, and we constantly see, like we saw with the Alshon, we backloaded money. We extended it to put more money, available now. And everyone's like, oh, what is that for? Well, it could be for this.
Yeah.
That's the answer. In 2 seconds, that could be it.
Yeah. Well, Kyle has a good point. The only cornerbacks that are on Ramsey's level are Gilmore and P2. And the one thing about Gilmore is you can say, how good is that defense when they added Stephon Gilmore?
Yeah.
Like, how good is that defense?
That defense turned elite.
Yeah.
When they added Gilmore.
Yes.
People
They
can't
were
throw
good.
on them. They can't
They
do
were
nothing.
good,
Yeah.
but that became elite. And I'll just counter with Patrick Peterson. I like him a lot. I just think he's a little older.
No, yeah, he's at the end.
But I mean, he is in that.
Stephen
talk.
White, I love your show and rant. You tell it how it is. Now let's get Ramsey.
I got
Thanks,
two.
Steven.
brother.
I got two when you're ready, by the way.
Yeah, give me a couple more here.
Okay.
Matt Haxton, who was the last player that demanded 2 first-round picks, no matter which pick it is? That wasn't a QB. That's a great question, brother.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I do real quick. Getting back to the Fitzpatrick, I almost think in hindsight, Pittsburgh probably regrets that deal.
It doesn't make any sense.
Because with them losing Ben, that's probably a top 5, top 10 pick right now.
That's
think.
a quarterback.
Unless they
That's a
think-
quarterback.
Unless Mason
Unless
Rudolph,
they think Mason
Rudolph
can play. That's the
is
only
really
other.
that good.
Yeah.
Which we'll
Quentin
see.
Bass says Schwartz been shitting the bed. Yeah, he definitely has. I mean, this will help him not shit the bed anymore.
But we also did win with him. And I don't disagree
No,
with
we
that,
have.
but we won with him.
And then where we got a Khalil Mack one, which is going to be a point of mine. So I'm loving that one of the family members brought this in. Yeah, Matt Haxton. Khalil Mack was the last player who demanded 2 first-round picks.
Oh, okay.
And my
Yep.
question is Khalil Mack and Jalen Ramsey in the same ballpark when it comes to ability to change a game? If yes, then you go get them. So, Matt, to your point, they absolutely are. They're
Touche.
impact game changers, probably the 2 best players at their position in the league. You saw the impact that had on the Chicago Bears. They weren't a playoff team before Khalil
No.
Mack. They were solid. Khalil Mack took that defense and made it what, boys? Made
Elite.
it what, Greg?
Elite.
Your words. Elite.
And change the culture, too.
It took a real good one, and it said, we're
It
real
made it
good.
great.
We're going to be elite
With
now.
freaking Mitchell Trubisky.
With Mitchell,
Yeah.
who stinks. All right, so where else will we? I got to okay, the family's talking amongst themselves. Tristan, one more, and Dan. I'll get Dan. Did you guys see the bullshit take Marcellus Wiley had on Ramsey? No, but I'm going to go listen to it because I'll bury Marcellus, too. I buried E-Rock tonight. I'll bury Marcellus. Listen, I'm in the business of burying everybody, and if you take it personal, then you shouldn't be in sports talk. Real simple. If you take my rants at you and shit personal, like, oh, my God, it's a personal attack. We're talking sports. If anybody else wants to talk sports in a library, go right ahead. Never seen it done before. Never done before. When you talk sports in a car with a buddy or a bar, are you quiet?
No.
You're freaking yelling. Look at us Sunday. We're a bunch
Yeah,
of
okay, we weren't-
rabid dogs.
We weren't quiet.
Bunch of rabid dogs.
Causing a freaking riot.
So, Kyle, to your mom's point, it's about passion and energy. I don't know what city you grew up in, but I grew up in an energy effort shit. What can you control? I'm going to control it every show. Murph! That was loud, too.
What up, Murph?
Still was very high on Mason Rudolph. He's got a huge arm. He could be okay. Yeah, he's always had a gun.
No, absolutely. He slung it at Oklahoma State.
We just don't
Chrome
know.
coming in on the shit quarterbacks again. Watch your mouth on Mitchell. He protects the guys who stink. He protects Fitzpatrick and Mitchell.
He played with James Washington, didn't he, in college? Mason Rudolph?
He very well could have, yeah.
I think so. Over here on the tube, we got Todd Womack, Philly Dilly guys.
What's up,
What up,
Todd?
Todd?
He also says, and I want to hear what you're hearing, Todd. He says, I'm hearing good things when it comes to Ramsey. What do you hear? Todd, don't play games. What are you hearing, sir? What are you hearing? ASMR Me of Everything says, I want Ramsey so much, but I have a feeling we'll fall short. Playlist just has Ramsey with 1,000 exclamation points. Dan says how he needs to grow a pair and give up picks. You never know how players develop. Ramsey is a sure thing. Thank you.
Yep.
Todd also says people just don't know how much easier it is when you shut down half of the field for the defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really don't know. We haven't
Ask
seen
the
it
New
yet.
York Jets when they were going to AFC title games.
Yeah.
With Darrelle Revis, right? I mean, ask some of these teams. You know,
With Mark Sanchez at quarterback.
ask the Patriots when they had Ty Law, like,
With Chad Pennington
yeah,
at
like
quarterback.
ask some of these teams that had shut down corners that take away half the field, makes everything easier.
Sweeps texted me, so I lost my. I'll get to you in a second, Sweeps. He sent me like a 5-paragraph, so I'll get to that in a second. Tom Lucas says, "What's up, guys?"
What up, Tom?
What's up, brother?
NX750 Gaming says, "Do you guys think Howie is scared to make a move for defensive back since the Nomney mishap?"
Well, if he is,
It's an interesting theory.
well, take your skirt off.
Yeah.
I don't think though.
No.
Because it was so long ago.
One was a 30-year-old guy
Yeah.
who really did play a certain scheme and need to.
Because he wasn't as physical
And I don't think he loved
as
football either.
as Jalen.
He didn't love football. Jalen loved.
Well, Jalen loves
yeah, it's
football,
not
and
even-
if he comes
But
here,
but wasn't that also Chip?
no.
No.
Wasn't that the dream team with Chip?
No. We did this a couple weeks ago.
It was Andy.
No, you're thinking of the Dream Team Part 2 in 2015. No, it was
Okay.
2011, 2010.
Okay. Because I was thinking like it was a chipper. It was
No.
Okay.
No, you're thinking of Byron Maxwell.
There you go.
It was just a mess.
Ty was giving us his early prediction, 28-14 Eagles. Dwayne says Ronald Darby is trash. Todd Womack says basically what you guys were saying. Nomney was a 31-year-old quarterback and never played man zone. Oh, man, these guys are flying. Daniel says Tom is pissed off. Love it. Tom Lucas says screw the draft. I want another ring now.
Let's go.
Ryan Schaefer says trade for Jalen, whatever it takes. Sure up. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Yeah.
go back to him in a second. But who said that right before that?
Tom Lucas?
Tom, you're spot on. I mean, everybody think about it out there. Remember the feeling you had that day out there, right? Remember that feeling. Did you give a rat's ass about your picks coming up?
Oh, by the way, who
I don't even know who the first round pick was that year.
I'll wait. So that's all.
I forget. I don't know. I forget who was it.
I don't remember. That's what I'm saying. Like,
2017?
I don't even forget. I forget who we even drafted in 2017.
Oh no, we didn't. We traded out. That was when that was
Dallas. We
Lamar.
took Dallas in the second.
Oh, okay.
So that was going to be the Lamar
Okay.
pick that we waited 3 hours for.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing too. Which organization does not care about draft picks
First
at
round
all?
pick.
Huh?
We traded it. First round pick. We
Yeah.
traded it. That's what I'm saying. Like
Well,
when it comes to draft day, Howie trades them anyway.
Listen, if you're good at what you do, you can find value in later rounds. The
Yeah.
good ones do it.
The
Okay,
New
the good
England-
ones consistently do it.
The New England Patriots don't give a
No.
damn about draft picks.
No, they care about proven talent. They
Yes.
understand the draft and how it works and how it's a crapshoot. And we talk about with Major League Baseball and their prospects, and trading prospects for proven talent. Like until you're in the show and you're playing in the show at either sport, right? It's an unknown. People can grade you and think you're going to be great, but until you get with the greatest players in the world, it's an unknown.
Yeah.
Unknown. We have Cool Piece, as I say, Ramsey comes Friday to the Eagles. Love it. Dwayne says, why would the Jaguars trade Jalen Ramsey to the Chiefs? That would be a bad move, given as though they're still in the same conference. Well, I saw a report, and again, this is all reports, that they would obviously prefer to send him to an NFC team,
Sure.
which goes in our favor.
Yeah, I think it goes in our favor too.
I worry about the Chiefs getting them. I do.
Well, they're the only ones that I've heard that have at least offered something
the
with
Seahawks.
us.
The Seahawks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3 teams right now. It's Seahawks, us, and Chiefs. The Raiders are out.
And Dan says corner is one of the couple positions you go all in on in terms of acquiring and paying them. How we get it done. It is. It's important. It's
No,
so
you're right.
important.
There's two positions on the defensive side
Mhm.
that you overpay or you go get. It's the cornerback and the DN.
Yep.
And here's
Because you got to get to the quarterback and you got to stop the pass.
Yeah, exactly.
On the offensive side, if you could go get your franchise guy, you go get your franchise guy.
Yep.
And if say for example we don't get Jalen Ramsey, and this continues to be a soft spot for the team as far as secondary, how much you want to bet we're going to end up drafting 2 corners in the draft, and then we're going to be talking about I guarantee you, I don't even know who's in the draft because I don't care.
We could have Jalen Ramsey. We could have Jalen
Nobody
Ramsey.
in the draft, maybe just all around, is as good as Jalen Ramsey is at his job.
No.
Just any position. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's not a corner in the draft that's going to be as good as him. And there might not even be a player in the draft that's going to be as good as
exactly.
him. Or as impactful at his position.
A pitcher just stole a base in the 9th inning of a game.
Of
That's
a game,
insane.
of a must-win for the Cubs.
That's Michael Lorenzen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He's
that
not-
dude does everything.
he's not even a
but he's a pitcher.
Yeah, he's a pitcher, but he's an athlete. He's a
That
freaking
dude's a
athlete.
stud.
Philly 0024 says, and this is a good question, if the Jags are serious about trading Ramsey, why do they play him on Thursday and risk him getting hurt?
Well, the
They're trying to
Dolphins,
mend
there's
the
really no
relationship. I think
risk.
they're trying to mend the relationship.
Yeah, I mean,
the
I just,
Dolphins did the same thing, though,
yeah, I mean,
with
there was,
Fitzpatrick, with Minka. They played him that Sunday.
yeah,
So that doesn't mean it won't get done.
because ultimately these guys want to play.
I love the name. Bottom one.
Paraguay for
Jesus.
For Jesus. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Paraguay for Jesus says, we need a better secondary fact. I agree.
Yeah.
Jesus. And then he also says, how are we interested in Jalen? He better be.
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, I don't, I don't think those reports of us actually offering something are false.
No. Well, I mean, Howie apparently he always does his due
And
diligence.
you should.
Every GM should.
And you should, except for Matt Clinton.
Like now, well, you know what's funny? I said 100 times ago, I'm like, Howie, now's not the time to become Matt Clintack. Like, I was just praising them a couple weeks ago, too. Like, the Eagles are the exact opposite of the Phillies.
Yeah.
You better not prove me wrong, Howie.
Sorry, Leonard was just telling me it's
Oh.
it's 120 for a ride to get home. Or are we still doing a show? Yeah, just essentially just started.
Surge pricing. Holy smokes. Let me get out there. Too bad I can't drive in Jersey. Jeez.
Victor Martinez, are you a Cowboys fan? He says, Jerry, pick up the phone. No, Jerry, don't pick up the phone.
Victor Martinez, are you the Hall of Fame baseball player?
Yeah, a lot of questions.
I love me some V-Mart.
Paraguay from Jesus. He says, missionary, live in Paraguay, but from Philly. Love it.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, let's go.
Love
awesome.
it.
Let's
Love
go.
it.
Owen says that the Phillies win today. Yes.
Yes, they did.
They did. Somehow.
5-2, 5-1, something like that.
4-1?
4-1. Okay.
So Matt Haxton says Eagles have running back, wide receiver, quarterback, tight end, offensive line, defense line, all locked up with young talent all around them. And there's not a decent linebacker in next year's draft past 2025. And going DB, you would be better off getting proven talent at that point. Just preach it, brother.
No, you're absolutely
Flat
right.
out preach it. You got to preach that shit. No question about it. And Murph says Phil's won today 4-1. Bryce hit a bomb. 32nd of the year, right?
37. No, 32nd.
Daddy trying to
I'm just trying to pad my son's
Guy
stats.
wants to do game changer. Tristan Russo. Anybody else love how emotional Ertz was at the end of the game? Dude gets Philly. Yeah, he gets Philly. He just needs to get an ability,
another yard.
get an ability to break a tackle one time.
How many times have we seen him do that, too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, you're not a rookie anymore, Zach. Like, I love the speeches, the emotional speeches about how you wish you did better for your team. I'm over that, okay? Yeah, it's great that he did that. I'm glad he didn't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad Nelson made a tweet. But guess what? You don't need to make a freaking tweet or a speech if you do your damn job. You don't understand? Like, it'd be one thing if that's the first time he's done that and we're harping on it. Because then we'd be, everyone makes a mistake. He's done that so much the last handful of years. Yeah. And he never used to do it. Because like I said earlier, like, the infamous fourth, I think it was like 4th and 3 was at the Super Bowl. Not the Philly special, but it was in the fourth quarter. We had to go up for it on 4th down. We threw it to Zach Ertz. That's the one time I can remember he ran past the sticks. Like, can you imagine if he did his usual thing and he ran 1 yard short? Because remember, it was real close.
It was close.
It's because he ran 1 yard over it. It's like, okay, so he can do it. So I don't know if it's him. Like, if it's not him, somebody needs to freaking tell him that. Like, were you not watching tape? Come on. Like,
you just don't have the feel for the marker?
Yeah, I mean,
because he's not a yards after catch guy.
Yeah, it must
fall.
be a moment thing. You know what I mean? And which you would think guys at this level can get past that.
Especially at his, because
he's
awesome. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's why I'm nitpicking, because we know he can be better than this.
With that lineup, it's like the ball's coming at you.
It's, number one, because that. Number two, that's Carson's boy.
Right.
So you should be on top of that 10
I will
times
give Nelly credit. I think somebody brought up in the presser post game. Mm-hmm. They brought up the lights, and but somebody brought it up, not him.
Yeah.
Like a reporter said, "Hey, did you lose that ball in the lights?"
I think Doug said it or something. I think Doug.
Someone other than Nelly brought it up, and he goes, "Yeah, but that's not why I missed." Like he said because someone brought it up, he started it, and then he was like, "No, but that's not why."
You still got to
catch the ball.
Yeah.
No, like I said, I'm a fan of when guys.
But he came back.
Things.
That's the thing. He came back and still got that 4th down catch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what you look at. We talk about all the time in sports. What's your response?
Yeah, it was a great response.
Right? You drop a huge ball, game-winning ball, and then you still give your team a chance the next time your number's called.
And like I said, I'm fine with the blame going to, Ronald Darby and Nelson and Zach. I get all that because they weren't very good in spots, and some of them most spots. But it seems like the one piece that no one's talking about, whether it's on the radio, online, no one's talking about this offensive line. Nobody's talking about it. Like, everyone seems to want to go to Carson or ladies and gentlemen, and like I said earlier, it's not a Carson thing. When your offensive line, like we were talking about Baker Mayfield before we went on the air, when your offensive line isn't doing their jobs, it doesn't matter how talented your wide receivers are. It doesn't matter that you have D-Jax or Alshon or Zach Ertz or Dallas Goedert. It doesn't matter because the guy's running for his freaking life. Yeah. And if that continues, like we got a couple comments like, "Oh, I think the Carson's getting hurt in the Lions game," and I said, "Well, number one, thanks for putting that in the universe. Appreciate you. Number two, if they don't handle their business on the line,
that's ridiculous.
It's not a Carson thing." It would happen to Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Eli Manning.
You gotta block
if your line's not protecting you, they're going to get hurt.
Yeah,
you got to block for guys. What I'm sick of is Ertz never being able to break a tackle. Like, I need you to at least either fall backwards or break that tackle. Yeah. You have to break that tackle. And the fact that you can't break that tackle is always going to be concerning to me, no matter how great of a route runner you are, because you're great. And why do I like Doug? I just think he's great. He's a great players coach. He gets his players, and I think that matters at this level. And he won a Super Bowl here, and he's got balls. I mean, what's not to like about Doug Peterson is my question.
Victor Martinez says, I am indeed a Cowboys fan, but I do enjoy listening to you all, though. Appreciate you, Victor.
Yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely. Thank you.
So you're not the Hall of Fame baseball player.
Yeah, just want to double check.
Just want to make sure.
Philly 0024 says, seems like the Jets are getting tired of Leonard Williams. Just saw a stat where he only has 10 tackles in 40 games. Look like he doesn't fit their scheme, but he has a lot of talent. Would be interested in him for a third.
I don't get where a defensive tackle doesn't fit a scheme. You have like one job, it's not like you're a Vince Wilfork, so you literally can only play a 3-4.
Yeah.
Right?
Just run forward.
Yeah. I mean, Vince Wilfork was a scheme guy. Most of these D tackles coming out anymore are so versatile. They're not they can fit any scheme. I don't get the whole scheme thing from a defensive line standpoint.
Todd Womack says, a top 5 pick that is 24. Yes, you make that deal. If you want another Super Bowl, the Patriots have 3 Pro Bowl wide receivers. I think a shutdown cornerback will help. Just saying. It's true. Like, number one, not even barely a week from now, we have to play Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. You trusting Ronald Darby? You know what I'm saying? We have to play Russell Wilson. We have to play Tom Brady. Like, we have to play really good cornerback wide receiver tandems.
No, absolutely. People are always in love with the next year.
Yeah.
Well, the next year, like I said, you can have the next year and the next 6-7 years with a guy like Jalen Ramsey.
Not every week is Case Keenum and Paul Richardson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they burned the shit out of us.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they made Rasul Douglas look like he shouldn't be in the league.
Yep.
In that first
Some
half.
guy named McLaren, who I have no idea who the hell he is. He's like top in fantasy. I had to
car.
pick him up this week. I'm like, oh, you look really good. I like you.
Oh, you played the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Yeah. Shocker, he was great against the Eagles. He sucked during the Cowboys game. Shocker.
Oh, Eileen, I don't disagree that Belichick's the best. He's
a goat.
Why do I like Doug? I love Doug. You know why? Because I think he's great with his players. I think he's smart. I think he gets the game.
And he beat the GOAT.
It's true. The backup quarterback, too.
Carlos Guzman says Eagles are going to blow out the Lions 41-17. Wow.
I mean, that'll be
I'd
be
love for
refreshing.
that to be true.
I would like to see that happen.
Yeah, please.
Devin Hunt says Eagles 27, Lions 21, player of the game. Offense, Carson Wentz. Defense will be Derek Barnett with 2 sacks. I hope so, brother.
I like
Please.
it.
I hope so. I said Derek
What
last
was the
week.
score? 21-17?
27-21. Which I think is really
27-21.
realistic, too.
Yeah, I think it's right around.
They're a 2-0 football team coming in. You know,
Yeah.
They played a little bit above expectations, obviously.
1-0-1.
Oh, they tied?
They tied the
the
Cardinals.
Arizona game. Yeah, you're right. They stink.
Forget it.
If you tie
Forget what I
Kyler
said.
Murray,
We're beating him by 40.
it is
Forget
first.
everything I said. Joey D, 31-17 Eagles on Sunday.
What's up, Joey?
What up, Joe?
Murph says Rodgers and Adams in 2 weeks would be a nice matchup, a nice match. Ramsey on him.
Nice debut.
Would be nice to match Ramsey on him.
Yeah, no,
There we
absolutely.
go.
Yeah, just to clarify it, too, because there was, confusion, too. Like, if we get Ramsey tomorrow, is he playing? No. The soonest, no matter what, he would be available to us is next week against Aaron Rodgers, which, again, okay, I could – that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Dwayne says Amari Cooper said to Dak in week 1 when they played the Giants on the sideline that was easier than Philly. Who the hell do they think they are when they was taking shots? Well, 2, but also it shows our secondary wasn't very good last year either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're making jokes of our secondary.
It's easier than Philly because we stink back there. We overvalue our guys. We really do.
What's up, TTP? Checks in.
Yo, brother.
Yo, what up, brother?
And then you two. Oh, there we go. Philly 0024 says we have to play Galladay and Marvin Jones this upcoming week. And again, that's no walk in the park.
No.
And Hawkinson.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, Marvin Jones is like that underrated fantasy guy.
Yeah.
Like, he can get your second. Not a second. He's more like a second flex guy in spots.
Mm-hmm.
But, every time I've had him, I think I had him the last 2 years in my one big money league, and I won with him, starting, crucial situations.
games,
for me.
yeah.
And just get me that 12er. You know what I mean? Like a touch and 6 catches.
Kenny Galladay is a sneaky, really good
Yeah,
wide
no one
receiver.
seems to talk about him
No
ever.
one seems to talk about him.
Listen.
But you throw his numbers up against Megatron.
we're missing something even bigger than this. This guy can sling it too.
Oh, he can absolutely sling
I mean,
it.
it's not gonna be bad weather. It's not like this a dome team coming outside of bad weather. Like
the one thing the
Matthew
Lions
Stafford,
do,
yeah,
it's
they've
sling.
underachieved. They've underachieved, but he can spin. He can play. You don't know what guy you're getting. You don't know what guy's walking through the door. But if Stafford's on his A game,
Yeah.
I don't trust his secondary.
Going back to one of the points you were making, you were talking to somebody earlier in the Real Talk group. And this is not just about Stafford, but what's the one thing to get to Stafford? You have to put pressure on him.
Yeah.
What haven't we been doing? Putting pressure on
Absolutely.
quarterbacks. Like, it's the same thing of Matt Ryan. Like, when Matt Ryan has all the time in the world, he's Matt Ryan of the MVP Matt Ryan. Yeah. Same thing with Matthew Stafford. If no one's going up against him, and if he has all the time in the world, then he's going to be Matthew Stafford of what he was supposed to be.
And that's where we thought that this defensive line was going to be much better than it has been so far.
I just hope it's a situation where some teams just come out rusty. Because, again, the same thing with the slow starts on offense, slow starts on defense.
Well,
This can't be a trend.
No, and we said it last year, though, that we thought it would end.
Yes.
Slow starts offensively, and it really didn't.
And it did in times, and that's what kind of propelled us into that run a little bit. But
Yeah.
you saw it in the playoffs where
someone was asking Doug about this today, and I thought about this.
Uh-huh.
And you know how we always love Doug going defense first, set the tone.
yeah.
Maybe we should get the ball first sometimes.
Well, sometimes
Because a lot of what's happening is we're not getting the ball a lot in the first quarter.
no.
Yeah,
We only have the ball maybe for 3, 4, 5 minutes.
It's either a long drive for a field
if
goal
we
or a
have,
touchdown.
And
you
why
know,
is that?
and
'Cause
game
our
one,
defense isn't good
because our
enough.
defense
They're
isn't
asleep
getting
at the
off the
wheel.
field.
They're asleep at the wheel.
You know,
I mean,
not
you talk about a
necessarily.
team that just doesn't want to get off the field on third
Not
downs.
necessarily third and out,
It's
but like
us.
if you give up 2 first downs, then get off the field, fine. You know what I mean? Because you're still right around midfield at that point. But then when we did get the ball, like game one, you had the Deshaun penalty, right? You have penalties that back you up, and then now you're punting the ball, and now you don't have the ball. And it was just something I thought of, like maybe we should. I love the fact that put your defense, put your dogs out there, and go hunting right away. But maybe we should go hunting the other side.
It's more than that too. Like I get why Doug.
Get your offense off to a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah.
And not getting all jacked up and then sitting.
I'm all for as well. Like we've seen it, especially in 2017, to where he would defer and then he would come out of the half. Where we talk about Doug's really good with making adjustments at the half, and they'd come out flying. So that's really helped us in games where we started off slow.
Absolutely, yeah.
But after a while, to Greg's point, we have to kind of put 2 and 2 together and realize, okay, what's more valuable? Setting the tone early and putting confidence that way we don't have to dig ourselves back, or doing the same thing that usually works. But again, I don't want to have to crawl. I don't have to crawl back out of the second half. I want to have control, saying, "All right, defense, continue the lead," and then we go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer
No.
for
No,
this.
yeah,
honestly, I think I have no problem with the defer and putting your defense on the field, but I'm gonna start putting some blame on some of these really good players defensively that just aren't getting it done up front. The front seven that we like to talk about, front eight, if you want to talk about the line, hasn't been good enough. And that's concerning. Our D-backs are concerning. So, back to the poll real quick. If I can go out and get that need and the best player in his position, you got to be all in. And anybody that's not, I don't think anybody that's all in can help you. If you're worried about picks and you're worried about what's going on down the road, then you really don't want to win now. And you really don't want to be on Broad Street. And if you tell me, trades in the NFL don't work, and you give me this whole adage of all this BS people want to come up with to fit their narrative, and, trades don't work, and when's the last time somebody traded for a big name and won a Super Bowl? First off, if we haven't noticed, things are changing in the NFL. More trades are happening in the NFL and around sports. More guys are saying, I want more money. More of this other stuff, this public stuff, it just happens in sports. That didn't happen before. So I don't care what used to happen 10 years ago and what was the norm. I care about today. And yes, today, you can go buy yourself a ring. And if you tell me you can't, you haven't watched enough sports. You haven't watched the Yankees. You haven't watched the Red Sox. You haven't watched the Cowboys of old when they were buying championships.
Yeah.
You haven't watched what the Patriots are doing in certain ways of buying championships in the right spots, right? The Rams went to try to buy a championship last year. They were in the NFC title game. So tell me how you can't buy one. Please. I'll wait on how you can't buy one. Because God forbid we go spend money outside of this organization, right? Because everybody inside on this 52-man roster or 53 is the end-all, be-all, right? They're the greatest players in the world. Newsflash, about 10 are really good. The rest fucking stink. It's not just Crown City. Everybody can play. Like we fall in love with guys who stink. Like Cravon LeBlanc. He stinks. My God.
Trayvon LeBlanc.
All right, do I got to go on guys who just aren't good enough that we think are great or just are okay players? We have a lot of okay guys. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd love it for Dallas Goedert in year 2. He's probably going to be really good. But can we stop blowing him like he's a Hall of Fame tight end right now? I haven't seen enough.
No, he's barely in the field.
Yeah.
And why is that? One, because Ertz is that good.
Yeah.
So how good are you? Because if you're not better than something else I can put out there, then I would put you on the field because I split Ertz out a lot.
Yep.
The list goes on.
No, absolutely.
You know, like.
Well, I mean, even look at this year's draft class. Everyone was blowing JJ. You know, everyone was blowing JJ. He's going to have 8 touchdowns.
And is Fletcher, real quick, is Fletcher Cox, with all due respect, okay? This is what I'm sick of. Aaron Donald doesn't go away. He doesn't go away. You hear his name a million times if you watch Rams broadcasts. A million times if you watch them play. I haven't heard this guy's name in 2 weeks.
I think he's still hurt.
I don't give a shit. Then get off the field.
Yeah, I
then
agree.
don't play.
I agree.
Because you're hurting me then. You're essentially just hurting my team. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I appreciate you playing through injury, and I love that. But get off the field then. Because this has been a trend with him too.
Well, we can't afford to have him off the field.
But my point is,
I know, I got you.
It's been a trend for years with him. He's hot, cold, hot, cold. Donald's never cold. So let me just riddle you all this. He can't smell Aaron Donald's jockstrap. You understand me? He cannot even smell it or sniff it. He's not as great as we want to make him out to be. Is he a top 5 player in his position? Yeah. Probably, yeah.
He start acting like it.
Okay, but there's really good D tackles out there. We played against one Sunday night. They're around, babe. They're around. Grady Jarrett can play. These guys are around. What was Sweeps' comment? Sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, Sweeps.
Cut your throat out. Well, Fletcher made me think of it because we always talk about I want to hear his name a million times.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking not hearing his freaking name.
So he says, "What's up, boys? Brodo in today's sports society. That type of player will probably be more available than ever before. If you're not happy, trade me. Not winning, trade me. Don't like the coach, trade me. It's pathetic. It's pathetic culture we're in, boys, but that doesn't change the fact that Ramsey is a pimp, and who cares about draft picks? You're either cannonballing off the high dive or you're sitting in your chair. There's no let's stick our toe and be in 10-6. Agreed, Sweeps.
Hey,
Great.
Sweepsy, put your whole body in water's warm. You know what I mean? Like, he's spot on. In today's society, it's annoying for us guys. Like, you know, you're younger, right? So you're more into, like, you know, from where we grew up in, where, like, and Robbie, like, this didn't happen. Never happened when we were growing up. Even in my 20s, it's never happened. Yep. You know, this is crazy, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to let it affect my judgment on players unless you're Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Besides that, so Minka's a bad dude because he went out of Miami? Everybody wants out of Miami. Ryan Fitzpatrick's probably saying, shit, I want out of here now. He stinks too, but yeah, like, you know, all these guys want out. Like, fine. If your team stinks, I don't blame you. I guess if you have the right to one out and the voice to get out, then do you.
Yeah.
I don't have to agree with it.
No.
But if you can play, you can play.
And in today's from a
Ja'Cory says you're working overtime.
And from an organization standpoint,
What's up, Ja'Cory?
you get one of these guys. It's not like you can sit there and play hardball because what are you gonna do? Let him walk?
Yeah.
You want to make sure you get something for him.
Absolutely.
You know, in any sport, you know that's why Miami jumped at that first for Minka. Like, I can get a first for Minka.
Yeah.
And you just lost Big Ben. Yeah, we're in.
Well,
Even if it doesn't make sense. Even if it doesn't make sense.
Oh wait, we already have our bookend left tackle in Tunsil, but you're gonna overpay and give me 2 firsts or a first and whatever they get. Okay.
Well, they're in rebuild mode. That's a different story. So they're all about their assets right now.
Right.
That's fine when you're in rebuild mode because that's the only way to get out. Okay, so I understand that side of it with wanting draft picks. Besides that, I don't give a crap. If you told me 2 firsts and a second would cripple this franchise, I'm going to tell you you're an idiot. Okay, if you tell me 2 firsts and 2 seconds, which isn't realistic, will cripple this franchise, I'll still tell you you're an idiot. Okay, because if you draft well and you can hone in on talent, you should be able to do that in the 3rd and 4th round. Is it as easy? No. But if you're if all your things in your organization are set up properly and your scouting department's really good and your player all that they don't really have player development in the NFL, but your scouting department is really
Cincy.
Let's go.
Cincy.
Let's go. We still in this. Riley, leave me hanging. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see it. I was in the zone.
3-2.
Cincy's up 3-2,
Wow.
top 10.
Could the kids soon be 3 out?
Oh, don't do this to me.
Good
Don't bring me back
Lord.
in. Don't bring me back in. I'm going to give you guys.
Bellinger hit a bomb here.
I'm going to give you guys.
Oh, my God.
What? Gone? Oh, hi. How are you?
Oh, Devin says, Mink asked the Dolphins for a trade, and they granted it. Very civil, in my opinion. That's the right way to do it. No, I mean, it is.
Dolphins were like, yeah, we suck.
But keep in mind, Ramsey didn't demand it.
No.
Yeah.
The Jaguars leaked he demanded. He might have went in behind closed doors and said something, okay, but he didn't come out and say it. He had to do a presser the next day to explain it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just saying he wants to win. That's all he cares about. And if he's a Jaguar, and he's going to go out and play as hard as he can. So he didn't. For anybody out there that's making like he's begging to get out of there, he just said it to the right people up top. They leaked it. That's how bad of an organization they are.
I think that's all Marone. That's my conspiracy
Me
theory.
too, because he's a scumbag.
Well, because the storyline down there is very much Marone or Ramsey. One of them's going. So
Yeah.
Marone's like, I got to get him out of town now because it's going to be me.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to be you by the end of the
by
year
anyway, by default, yeah.
But it gives you another 9 weeks.
Isn't it crazy though? Like
We got coaches leaking.
the coaches leaking or Coughlin leaking or somebody leaking.
I don't know if
and
Coughlin knows
now
where to go.
and now Jalen's like the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's an angel or a saint, but the guy I haven't heard any off the field issues with him. Even going back to Florida State, I don't hear none of that.
The only thing he did was show up in a break shirt.
What did the teammates? This tells you a lot about a player, right? I'm going to leave you all with this before we hit a break in a couple minutes here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna you respond back to me on this and think about this. Rewatch the argument with Doug Marone, please. You can find it somewhere. Okay, there's tons of places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, watch the argument. Tell me what happened when Doug went over to the bench where Jalen was. What happened? Where were all the players surrounded? Who were they surrounding?
Jalen.
They were holding Jalen back.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. What did they do when Doug Marone went over there to Doug Marone? Where'd they take Doug?
Out.
Players got him right out of there. So you tell me if he's a bad teammate or players think, or he's a cancer or A, B, C, and D. When you have an entire defense surrounding him, that means he's the leader. He's the leader of that defense. He's probably sick of being on the field for 30 minutes, 35 minutes a game, okay, if not more. All right, he's probably sick of losing.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were in an AFC title game not that long ago. Okay? Probably sick of his offense not being able to sustain drives or injuries or Blake Bortles, Nick Foles getting hurt, and some guy we never heard of playing quarterback.
What a great mustache.
All right? And things weren't going right. You've seen it before where coaches and players go at it a little bit. Listen, if you never played a sport, you don't understand sometimes that side of it.
The dynamic.
Not saying it's right. I don't condone it. I'm just saying it happens. Okay? But Doug Marone never tried to go in the next day and diffuse the situation.
Right.
So that tells me a lot about you as a leader, okay? Because your ego is bigger than your football team. This guy didn't demand nothing. So tell me how he's a cancer when the entire defense of starters was surrounding him.
Yeah.
I can't. I got nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say. You want to talk about the way he talks or the way he dresses or ABC and goddamn D. In today's league, I don't give a shit about the rest. I care. Can you play? Can you play? And I don't mean the rest of off the field antics. I mean, what a guy's sexual preferences, how a guy dresses. I don't give a shit. On Sundays, can you come and play?
Yeah.
Do you show
That's
up?
all that matters.
Do you impact my football team in positive ways on the field? What has the guy done? Because a brink truck? That's hysterical. You kidding me? I love that. It's a great. You really thought that out. Like, you just don't wake up one day like I'm gonna bring a brink truck to training
Better
camp.
than a freaking air balloon.
I
or whatever
freaking
the
love
hell
it.
It is
Well, that's
better.
weird,
It
right?
is better than a
that's
hot
weird.
air balloon.
That's weird. That dude's a weirdo. Jalen Ramsey ain't a weirdo yet.
No.
I'm not saying one day he won't be.
I love the yet.
I don't know. I can't predict the guy's mental CTE future. In this league, he's a beak wet guy. But going to take a lot of shots to the head. But that's the thing, family. I just want you to know he's not your diva type cornerback. Deion's Hall of Famer. Deion's the best of all time, in my opinion. at the position. But he's different than him where he can cover one-on-one. But he will get up in your face. He'll get handsy, and he tackles. He open field tackles. So that's my rant on that side of it.
Lindell's not happy with you, by the way.
Why?
I don't know what he's talking about. He says, Tommy, you're crossing the line, dude. Don't disrespect players who helped us win a Super Bowl.
Who am I disrespecting?
Yeah, I don't even.
Who am I disrespecting? Because I said some guys are just okay players? What's wrong with that? So everybody on the roster has to be great because they won a Super Bowl? So the rest of their careers, I got to get on my damn knees and blow? Are you guys kidding me? Are we freaking serious? I'll respect the hell out of you. We're talking X and O. We're talking about good enough now or not. Okay, the past is the past. What are we, Cowboys fans? Shit, I got to kiss ass because of an average player because he was on a Super Bowl team? I'm talking about 2019 football. If you want to talk about 2017, we can do a flashback show on a Thursday or Friday and help you there. But until that, we're in the now. Damn it. I'm so sick of it. I'm tired of getting disrespect players. If they're not good enough today, what is my job here to do? It's a worldwide leader, real talk. Not the worldwide leader kissing ass for an agenda. Okay? Oh, my God. Let's just think. Look, Sidney was here. He's hurt, so we'll blow him. Sidney's actually played better than the rest of them.
Yeah.
But who am I taking a shot at? Because I said right now, Derek Barnett's okay. That's it. If that's a shot, then fine. Who else? Fletcher? Because he's not the best defensive tackle football like this fan base wants to make him out to be. You don't watch enough on Aaron Donald then. Who else did I crush? Who else?
Dallas.
Dallas because
guy.
He's not proven yet. Give it time before we crown.
Yeah.
What am I disrespecting? First off, Dallas wasn't even here. Mm-hmm. So who did I crush?
I think he was talking about Fletcher, but like you said,
good.
Fletcher is not showing up like he should.
Brother. If you're one of the top paid players in your position, and I don't hear you all day Sunday, I'm not in the business of excuses. I'm not in the business of Monday morning excuses. I'm in the business of winning. So if I don't hear from you, and I don't know if you played or not, okay, I got to call that out. We saw this shit. Christ. Rainbows and blowjobs. Welcome to Philadelphia. My God.
That'll be archived.
Is that done? Are you done with me? I got nothing but respect for you, but I'm going to lay you out.
Yeah, he has yet to respond.
I wouldn't either.
Right, 103.
Hope the family enjoyed that. What's that? What was right at? 103. How
Boom.
do you know that? Siri, calm down. We're not talking to nobody. He's got it.
Stamp that. You guys want poll results before we hit the break?
Yeah.
Sure.
Try to catch a breath.
Yeah, we had a lot of people chiming
Bigger
in.
than me.
Despite, one of the highest vote totals I've seen, 98% are saying agree.
Because they're smart. Because we got a smart fan base. Besides Lindell, who wants to live in 2017, wants to watch the Cowboys on VHS. To each their own. Okay? You better understand something. If you're attacking a pit, you better come ready to attack a pit. Because I'll chew your fucking head off. Disrespecting players. I'm supposed to kiss everybody's ass.
Brace for impact. He says, Tommy, he's injured. That's not fair.
Then don't play. So I can't tell you weren't good enough.
He also says our line is done if he's out.
They're done anyway right now.
Yeah, they're not very good.
They can't get by me and you. We sat here at Washington, and we were talking about this guy stinks on the O-line.
Offensive line is.
This guy's terrible. Jake had a poll question of 5 fucking sacks, okay? Right? We're all blowing everybody. We didn't touch Keenum.
No, we didn't.
Second week, Atlanta, banged up. But let's just talk about because we won in 27. We good. We gooch. We shouldn't even talk Eagles anymore then. We good.
TTP. He says, Brodo on the air tonight. What up? He also says, this is the content I tune in for. He also says, back to football. I would give up 2 firsts for Ramsey. No question. Best corner in football with the confidence that fits our city. It's a no-brainer, really. And then Philly 0024 says, look how our defense dominated Case Keenum and Matt Ryan in the playoffs. And look how they played against the D this year. We need Ramsey. True. TTP, and I love this name TTP, but I'm not even there yet as long as Ramsey's on the market. He says, I'd take Xavier Howard too. Pretty much anybody that's not Ronald Darby works for me. Which, yes, I would take Xavier Howard. I'll worry about him once Ramsey's off the market.
Yeah. Well, Lindell, I want to tell you one more thing. One more thing. You talk about Fletcher Cox. Okay? You must have not watched shows in the past then. You must have not watched his Super Bowl run here at A2D. Because throughout the whole run and preview videos at games,
Well,
somebody said I need to hear him a million times. I'm always going to be critical of the guys getting paid the most.
TTP on that says, Tom, I remember the exact conversation last year about Fletcher Cox. If you're that guy, you get it done every week.
I've met Fletcher Cox, okay? Like not in like a meet and greet situation at a baseball game. Good dude. He's a good dude. This isn't a personal thing. I love Fletcher. Don't get it twisted. Criticism and hate in the same thing. You understand this? I can be critical of somebody and still love them. Do you guys have families? Do you have significant others? Right? I mean, come on. So we can't. That's all my issue was with your comment, Lindell. Let me be hard on a guy who we need. Because every time I have been, he listens. He steps the hell up. He does.
Lindell.
Right? We won a
he
Super
does.
Bowl of me giving him player of the game and saying, please, Jesus, let me hear your name 100 times from Joe Buck.
Parade. Lindell says, you should chill out, Tom. I'm not Kyle. I can hold my own.
I don't think you can't hold your own. It seems like you can't because you automatically went deflecting. You got deflecting. Deflect talk.
Joseph American says, are you guys located in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, we're over there.
Semantics.
2 minutes away.
And then he also says, I would trade a first and Sidney Jones, and that's it for Ramsey.
Well, I'm saying, Sydney, what's another first-round pick?
What's,
You know?
That was actually a trade
why
proposal.
are
I
you
heard
trying to
earlier.
make your team worse?
Would you guys do a first, a fourth, and Sidney Jones for Jalen Ramsey?
I don't need to trade players.
Okay. I understand.
They're in pick mode.
yeah, I
Let me
mean,
get picks.
if I can get it done with picks, then I don't have to make my current roster worse.
But what I'm just,
Why-
I'm
why?
just
he said he's not Kyle.
um,
Fletch would eat me alive. That doesn't mean I can't tell him how it is.
and then he says, I get Lindell's back. He says, I get where you're coming from, though.
I get where you're coming from. You're fine. We're good. I yell and scream when I don't like something.
We know.
Then you don't have to do the show.
I'll just
All right, go do a show that gets 5 views. I don't care.
I just said we know.
I know.
wasn't.
I felt the sarcasm. We'll talk about it at break.
Here we go.
conference, family talk.
Here we go.
See you in the bathroom and not that way.
Put him in the bathroom. I'll just play the other side of it because, say for example, again, there's talks going on with the Jaguars and Howie. Hopefully, say for example, Jaguars say, well, if we're going to give away our best cornerback, we got to get a player in return. We can't just go pick since because we're still trying to fight for a bad division. And our great quarterback Nick Foles is going to be coming back week 11.
The legend.
Yeah, the legend Nick Foles. We want a player that way. There's not just a black hole there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they say, we want Sidney Jones or we want a body. We want Rasul Douglas. We want Sidney Jones.
Yeah, Rasul Douglas. Where do I
sign up? Can I get that right?
stash him in the trunk and drive him out?
Yeah.
But they say, listen, we know Sidney has years of control. We think he's promising. Because here's the other thing too, they liked him in the draft. People forget about that. They liked him in the draft.
Who? Sid?
Yeah, they did.
Well, I can get it done with 2 firsts then. If you want Sid, I'll give you a third too, and keep him out of there.
Yeah,
I just don't want to make that position.
I don't need to
I
make
want to
my
make it as
team
good as
worse.
I can.
Well, that's why I don't get the whole
Especially
trade
at that
Aguilar
position.
thing. I don't want to trade the whole you got to trade Aguilar. Especially not now because we don't have receivers.
Well, I could have 2 corners at 24 and 22 years old going into the next 5-6 years.
Yes.
When you talk about Jones and Ramsey,
Darby,
and
yeah.
I could still have.
I'm sorry, Ramsey.
Well, no, I could still have Mills too. You know what I mean? I could have some physical cats back there if you think about it.
Ralphie.
Beak wetters. Greg.
He said-
absolutely.
You know?
Ralphie says, and he said it's bigger than him. So he's locked in. He says if we get Ramsey, I'll go on a diet. That's Ralphie.
That's not happening.
No.
Even if we get Ramsey.
No.
it's not
We're
happening.
getting Ramsey, but the diet.
I appreciate you putting that in the universe.
You didn't give a timetable on the diet, Ralph. You
And
just
what
said a
kind of diet? What
So
kind
wait,
of
I go on a day diet?
I did it. I went on diet.
I didn't eat nothing today, guys. I starved myself. I was a runway model for
I
today.
only had gummies. That's all. I just had gummies.
I did my best
Just
run.
stay away from the sour gushers.
Oh God.
All right, fam. On the other side, thank you all for chiming in. You guys drive it. I'm telling you, drive it. Like Lindell, you don't say what you say and have an opinion, then we don't have this great conversation.
Yeah, he's locked in.
You know what I mean? We don't have the great
Yeah,
conversation.
absolutely.
I want different opinions. Jesus, it's A2D. Agree to disagree. It's, it doesn't. I'm so sick of people not understanding this. And it really gets worse and worse. And not Lindell, but people don't understand. Like, it's okay to debate. It's okay. We've yelled and screamed at each other.
Always.
Me and Mike really don't yell and scream at each other. Me and Wilson do all the time. Me and Rye really don't yell and scream at each other on shows.
Not on air.
Nah, we might do it all. We'll have like a once every 3-4 months.
We only get this opportunity like once a year.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
So I
we
mean, it's
don't-
like the sample size is small.
It is
you know?
small. It's
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Give it time.
If we up that to 2, maybe you might get 1. You know what I mean? It might be 50-50.
Oh, what the fuck are they going to say?
I don't know. Lots going
But
on.
that's all it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're-
we can
debate.
Debate.
Have different opinions.
Have
Agree to
opinions.
disagree.
Lindell beat Kyle.
By the way, JR, not the time to do this. He says, don't forget LeBlanc for the future, guys. JR, I love you, but not the time.
JR,
I don't need this.
JR, I almost threw my phone off a very expensive
Listen,
camera.
he is the fine wine Cravon LeBlanc, but not right now.
With a baguette.
The fine wine Cravon
I just feel like
LeBlanc.
the name will never be able to play well.
No.
Like that name to me is like, oh, that guy's a soccer.
he's also
joke.
out
That
for the
guy's so
year,
good
too.
at soccer, right?
He's also out for the year, so it's not a good time to mention, like, oh, he's the future.
Good signing, Howie.
Yeah, but let's extend him.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever see him ever again, but he's the future.
I don't think I scared.
Especially when we trade for Ramsey.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he might be gone.
Doesn't he pitch for the Seattle Mariners too?
Might be. Might be. Hey, he might be better than Darby.
Kyle said I scare everyone, but him. I don't think I scare anyone in this room
Well, in this room, yes.
or outside of like anybody part of ATD. I don't think I scare. Like doing shows. Everybody took their skirt off coming in the door. So, JR Vince, you guys think we got a chance at Ramsey? 100% JR.
Yep.
I think we're going and getting them.
Wait, is that J.R. Smith, you said?
JR Vince.
Oh.
Say, oh,
And then Matt Haxton says, "Man, fuck Jalen Mills." Jalen Mills is a great corner in the red zone. A nice
Yes.
asset to have because he's physical down there. But 20 to 20, I get it, man. He gets beat, but a lot of corners do. But what made us good that year is our red zone defense was
Yeah.
so good in 2017
We held the field goals.
because he was that good down there, and so was Darby. Now Darby, I'm not giving a pass to at all. Like he's coming off an injury, then you ain't ready to play. You ain't ready to play. It's real simple. We're gonna take a break. Quick one. Actually, you want to take it? You just want to? We can go another 20 when we come back. That's fine. We'll take a quick one because we want to give our predictions fast. We don't even need to touch on the Phillies.
No.
It looks like the Cubs lost, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I will check.
soft diet, by the way, Ralph said. Soft diet.
Soft, and I think Bill said,
What, like ice cream?
I think, yeah, well, probably all dairy.
Jello?
And Bill said a seafood, I think, a seafood diet.
Yeah. Ralph, I mean, this is all.
It's the old school.
Yes,
talk
Cubs
about it.
did lose. 3 back.
Tristan says that's all. We're 3 back, so we won't talk Phillies this week, but hopefully next time we're on Wednesday. But we'll have Morning Wood on Friday again. So if they keep winning, maybe it's something to talk about. We'll do Eagles versus Lions predictions. Get yours, fam. We want to know it, right? For an offense, defense player of the game, score prediction, chance to win. $40 for most of you. We're just handing out money. All you gotta do is screenshot your picks in your comment. That's it. Screenshot it. Send it to A2D. Real simple. All right. If you want to know where to find us, podcast-wise, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, SoundCloud. More coming. Everybody on Twitter. Instagram's already done. But everybody on Twitter, come on over to Facebook or YouTube
Thanks,
for the
Twit.
second half of the show. We love you. Fam, the comments rolling. You guys are the best. This segment was brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Find them on the web. GibsonMayer.com. See you on the other side.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Tom and Mike, AM and the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, certified public accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues and expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional sports. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer, LLC, certified public accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
You're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, here on A2DRadio.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Tom and Mike, AM and the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, certified public accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues and expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional sports. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer, LLC, certified public accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by The Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Tom Arnone, Big Mikey Smalls, Tom, Mike, AM, in the PM, only on A2DRadio.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Tom, no Mike, AM, in the PM, A2D Radio, live from the Real Talk Studios. Like we are every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, we are brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. I was looking at the marshmallow and the Geico right there. I was like, man, I could go for a goddamn s'more. Just thinking. Thinking out loud.
Playing in the head.
Not on Ralphie's diet.
Soft diet. Soft.
Organic s'mores.
Yeah.
Organic chocolate. Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Ralphie D, Robbie Pove, Ralphie D.
Ralphie
Oh, no.
That's it.
Oh, no. Well, he's going on strike. There goes the soft diet.
There goes ATD out of every one of my profiles. I'm out.
Might be a good thing. Well, you talking Ralphie, I'm like Ralphie D. Greg Milakovic, Robbie Pove in the ones and twos.
Starting to see double.
It's getting late, right? I mean,
He does sit in that seat.
he does sit in that seat, and then my
It's an
wife,
honest mistake.
my wife just makes, she doesn't think things through, and I love her to death. But sometimes, the women out there, they don't think things all the way through. And I'm getting a text. You still doing the show? Yeah. What's up? Oh, we need a ride. We need a ride home. Well, I'm not gonna leave them two stranded there ever. Like, you want me to stop the show? Like, I'll walk right out and stop the show. It's not that important. I mean, I ain't leaving you in Camden. You know what I mean?
I got Ralph here with me. It's fine.
Yeah, you got Ralph. Ralph and Ryan can do it. I can stop the show myself. And it's just like, we think things through. I mean, it's fine. And it's like, you don't know where you're at. So you're trying to tell my dad where you're at, but you don't know where you're at. You know exactly where you're at. You guys know exactly, what are we doing?
Everyone
He
keep
don't
our
know
composure.
he don't know where you're at. He knows exactly. He drove a bus for 25 goddamn years in this area. He knows where you're at. Or maybe he was just saying he doesn't know where they're at, like to try to save himself a ride.
By the way, Dwayne, I guess he watched our reaction video on YouTube from Sunday night.
Oh, that was a great time.
He was saying your guys' fourth quarter reaction was funny as hell.
We let it all.
We were
hang,
laughing and then we were crying. It was
Yeah,
one of the
pretty
two.
much.
Yeah, we didn't film the not so good parts. If we did, they were quickly deleted.
Yeah, there was a lot of pacing.
Yeah, a lot of just why. Why do we do this to ourselves?
A lot of negativity at times.
Yeah, Robbie, delete.
There was actually a lot of negativity at times.
Yeah,
And
15 straight minutes,
Yeah.
loudly.
Well, when you're talking about
Forever.
committing a felony,
in a public area.
the first time's always going to be funny,
Yeah,
right? The first time's always a chuckle.
Yeah.
but after the sixth time, we're like, "Oh, is this guy serious?
Like,
Do we have to protect himself from himself?"
no, like, you're almost like, man, I didn't like an all-out blitz on 4th and 3 either.
No.
But if you want to go take him out, go ahead.
Just don't give us a warning.
No, I can get you to send the block shoes.
Yeah.
That ain't the problem. Just keep my name out of it. Keep my name out your
Make
mouth.
sure you don't wear any A2D gear.
No, it's
Yeah,
funny.
no.
And then you got just you got guys that want to rip shirts off and be heroes.
And they want to say they blacked out.
Yeah, they don't even drink.
No.
So I would suggest a CAT scan ASAP for possible CTE early on. If you're blacking out and you're not drinking.
Listen, I'll join in just for seeing it. I'll get a CAT scan. You know what I mean? Just for seeing it.
Or you get your cat scanned.
Yes.
Like Billy Bob.
Yeah.
I got my CAT scan. I got my CAT scan.
Down at the stadium, it's all good, man. But in a nice little lounge area, I don't know.
You know, it was a family environment too. You know what I'm saying?
I respect the passion.
Kids
Yeah.
there,
I respect
kids are
you
there
guys'
trying to
passion.
bowl.
Big time. Big time. Big time.
So Tristan said, sorry I couldn't be there Sunday night.
Oh, good.
And I
Chris.
appreciate the invite, fam. And I said, absolutely, you know, I said, we ain't done yet. We're going to be out and about more, and we hope more and more people can get out there.
Yeah.
It was a really fun time. Like, you got what I like to see from our family here at A2D is you always want to see how guys are, like, out and about or watching the game, period. If they watch at their house, like me and Ryan, who, like, sort of lock all windows and doors.
Oh,
and,
we exile.
yeah,
ourselves.
there's blackout curtains going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's aggressive how we get dirty in our own environment, and we're both loud animals in our environment. Nobody, besides somebody hearing you, we're not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
So it's a problem. But I wanted
the furniture.
Yeah, like you can believe that this guy. He freaking give the guy 2 seconds to throw. I mean, he's expecting to get the ball. But so then it's like you want to see how guys are out, and I thought you saw that everybody here how diehard they are for the Eagles, even if we argue and don't agree, and there's a lot disagreements here, which is phenomenal. But you saw everybody how like into it they were, and the two most into it guys outside of there's probably 4 that I saw that are really aggressive outside of myself because I feel like I'm a dog. Rye was a little more.
I was standing next to one of the individuals.
You were inner freaking.
Yeah. Well, Chuck's. I was living vicariously through Chuck's.
Fair enough.
Also,
because Chuck's was the big name.
Yeah. It was all internal.
Like everybody knows you had a great night. Like you know what I mean? Like
Chuck's is standing on chairs to make sure
we
everyone
see
knows.
You. We know you're there. We
know.
See you.
It's like I love that movie.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows.
Everyone knew you had a good time, Frank.
Okay, Frank. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. And not that Frank. We're talking about Chuck's. The other Frank.
Yeah, the other Frank.
The tank.
We're talking Frank the Tank.
We're talking about tanking.
Frank the Tank.
And I thought Jake was like an inner pace. You know, he was keeping it in, but I could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell he was innerly freaking out. The other one, Kyle, because he was at points he was maybe 3 feet from the TV. Yeah. So then you're like, you know what? You learn that like, man, we might disagree on pretty much everything, but you're a diehard. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
he was super excited to see Josh McCown.
He was doing.
He tried to say he played the role.
He tried to play the role, but he was
doing Tiger Woods fist bumps. I mean, he was doing Tiger at the Masters on.
Oh my God! The first check down, he went 6 to midnight on the first. Check.
He looked so good.
He started like a McCown chant.
Yeah, he just said that. He goes, "I love when Josh McCown came in." Most people looked at me like, "What?"
No, it was.
Bill Middlebrook says that's the one thing I heard the loudest was T.A. yelling, "Put your fucking shirt on."
That was just the weirdest moment I've been a part of in a long time.
Well, your reaction was incredible because it was literally speaking for all of us. Like, wait, what happened?
Well, why do we get along so well? Just look at that whole video.
Going on,
right? Yeah. Even I called you Ralph, right, Ralph?
Yeah.
Why do we get along so well?
Listen, Ralph was confused as well.
Rewatch. Well, they're saying.
Well, Ralph had to recover the next day from watching a game.
Oh yeah.
Like I laughed. He's like, "Oh, no Twitch today, guys. No stream. I'm still recovering from last night." I'm like, "Yeah, because you were slugging them down there, bro."
Recovered by playing Madden.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, okay, and I loved all of it. Your reaction, your non-reaction was a bit concerning to me. You were a little too calm. We talked about it.
I always am. No, like
See,
that's the way I am when I watch a game.
And like you and I were in the same room when Bryce Harper had the grand slam. The reaction was there, but it wasn't good enough for me, and I was willing to ignore it because listen, it was bigger than us.
That's just the way I am when I watch a game. The ebbs and flow of a game don't react to me. And
no, trust me, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw it.
I just watched the game.
Like I'm almost afraid to ask what you were like during the Super Bowl, because if
I was really calm. Like,
see, that's like an indictment.
I was really calm at the end. I stood up and I go, "Did that really just happen?"
Did you say that verbatim, or did you internalize?
No, I know. I said it out loud. I said it out loud to my best friend, we were together at a buddy's house, and we're standing up, and I'm like, that really just happened. Like,
That's all you said. That's
it.
all you
the
had.
ball dropped, and I'm like,
you didn't fall to the ground.
we
you
won.
You didn't, nothing.
No, because the Super Bowl hit me later in the night because it was so unexpected to actually beat Tom Brady and the Patriots.
No, fair.
You know what I mean? So, like, it hit me later on as I was watching post-game and post-game. Then the little emotions come and stuff like that.
So you're like a 3 hours after guy? You just start crying? Like he gives a fist bump like 3 hours later? Like what are you talking? Like what are you excited?
It wasn't
right?
3 hours.
They won
later.
the Super Bowl.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like 3 hours later.
But maybe
you know
it was.
what I mean? Like now it's like a delayed.
Oh my
reaction.
God!
Oh wait, we won. No.
Check the flags. Check the flags.
No, like I mean, yeah, we jumped around, we hoot and holler, but like, yeah, I was just like, wow, that really happened.
Because like when you could see it in the background too. Like I did a lot of scanning of those videos.
Sure.
I had to because you never know. You never know what was going on.
Some
you know what I
random
mean?
guy might be running around with his shirt off.
Yeah, unfortunately. But like I saw you in the background a lot, just looking around, like, and I'm like,
Well, let's be real though, too. I actually had that game as a loss.
so did I.
So
did I.
When it ended up, now I didn't think they would lose the way they did.
I'm gonna read that off.
Yeah, that's that.
Greg's a fucking alien. Corner sweep. And it's just unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
He doesn't dip. He doesn't celebrate.
Yeah, there's like you don't dip at parties.
That was the last time I was on the air. I had to bring that back.
No, absolutely, full circle. The guy doesn't dip at parties.
Oh yeah, my chicken fingers, my chicken tenders had zero dip with them.
Yeah, come on.
She's like, "What do barbecue sauce, red?"
You're like, no,
nothing.
no, nothing.
Sleep says, kick him out, Tom. He will eat your face in your sleep. Independence Day. Starts in my house somehow. Somehow that started at A2D. Shit. We always said there's no such thing as bad publicity. Well, that would be it.
It's not a good endorsement. It's not exactly an endorsement.
No, it's not what we were shooting
Not
for
something we
here.
want to put in the bio. You know what I'm saying? I'm Greg Milakovic. I don't dip. I don't celebrate, and I will eat your face.
That doesn't. You don't want to put that in your LinkedIn profile.
No.
I just updated him now.
Man down.
I don't even want to know what's in that mellow yellow. It could be a deal. Let's get in the Eagles, Lions, and get the F out of here soon. Until we're here.
I don't even know what time it is.
No, until we're in a 2, it would get too aggressive. But I said it during break. It's a weird week because I put a lot into Sunday for probably because of the event. I was way more invested in that game than if I was watching it at home.
Sure.
I still would have taken that loss hard, but I was way more invested in that kind of atmosphere. And I just feel like it's the same way you're invested if you go to a game. Mm-hmm. You're just a little bit more invested in it, the ebb flows and everything. But it almost felt like it was like a Super Bowl atmosphere the way we were a bunch of freaking dogs out there. But I don't have the feel for this one yet. But I do feel good about certain things. So, I mean, if you guys want to go, if anyone wants to go first, I mean, I have a score prediction. I can spit it out.
I'll go first.
Go ahead, please, because I want to think a little bit more here.
What we got?
Who, Tristan?
Yeah, same.
I flip chairs when something goes wrong.
And then
I bet Ralph would have had dip with his wings and such. Matt Haston. Yeah, Ralph's having dip.
Ralph's definitely dipping.
My man ain't leaving dip out. And you would think the same thing about Greg. That's why he's a freaking creep. That's why
he's an alien.
Yep. That's why I'm getting my face chewed off. 5, 4, 3.
I agree with the feel of the game, right? But, you go back to this team and you go back to what we think that this team is. And I feel I'm going 27-17. I think we get a first cover of the year. I think
6.5.
So, 6.5, 7. So I'm going with 10-point game. I think not that being balanced is any issue, but I think because we're missing so many weapons at especially at the wide receiver position.
Will we simplify?
I think we step back and simplify.
Always been good for this football team for whatever reason.
And it really has. And we talked earlier about the offensive line, right? What helps an offensive line? Run block, right? Get your guys off the line.
Especially one that's been struggling.
Right.
They've been struggling.
Get them to run block, get them to open some holes, get some mojo behind them, and then obviously it's going to open up the pass game. And it's not like I don't think the run game has been as big of an issue because we've been down so much. You know what I mean? because we start on defense and our defense can't get off the field.
No,
and then,
right.
we're down. And then when it's not effective right away, we go away from it because it's not effective. So I just think we kind of simplify a little bit. My players of the game are going to be Malik Jackson and Deshaun Jackson.
You're saying with the injured guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
you don't want to wish that upon anybody.
Okay.
Rightfully so, because I'm done
Week
with you.
1, I went with Malik Jackson. Now he's out for the year.
Gotcha.
If you're so
And I was going to go Mac Hollins, but now he's going to play. So now we're going Deshaun Jackson, Malik Jackson.
Gotcha. It's bigger than you.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Mac actually didn't play too bad.
He didn't play terrible.
No,
but
yeah.
when you did pick him in a game that he somehow came into and had to have a significant role in it. But everybody just joined us. It's a $40 payout. You nail the game, the prediction, the score, and an offensive defensive player of the game as your tiebreaker, freaking no-brainer. So screenshot, send it over to us. Rye, score, and then I'll give you mine, and then we'll get in the offensive defensive player of the game.
So, like I talked about earlier, like we were talking about during the break as well, I'm not. I don't want to say I'm scared to death of this game because it's kind of panicky for me to say that. But I'm really concerned about this game. I would have been in a win. This game heading into the week feels a lot to me like the Titans game did last year, to where yes, they're a solid football team. Yes, they've made improvements, but given as though we have expectations for much greater, results than a Lions team, this is not a football team we should be losing to. I get that there's injuries. Trust me. The injuries are at the top of the list on why I'm concerned. Like we talked about during the break. Like I think we all agree Carson has to continue to throw the football. I just don't know who he's throwing to. I do. It's Matt Collins and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I don't know who they are. Like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, yeah, I think he can eventually be good. But like we saw last week or on Sunday, he looked like he didn't really belong out there. I'm not saying that's him as a player.
He didn't understand.
They never prepared for him.
Well, he's not that deep in the playbook.
Yeah.
And Matt Collins, we didn't even know if this guy was alive last year. You understand?
He wasn't.
No. We had no idea where he was. So that concerns me as well. The running game. We keep talking about we're waiting for the running game to get going. And I agree we should run the ball a little bit more, but we have to remember this too, guys. When we've ran the ball, they haven't done well.
Yeah, but there is one. You know me. I'm Uncle Pass.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So let me clarify that before I say this. But there is one guy who's ran the ball well.
Mr. Howard.
Yes, and in a situation where you talk about Miles is trying to kick everything, right? Because he thinks he's still playing in the Big Ten, and he's getting kick happy. I want a guy who can just put his nose in.
Sure.
When I'm at home against the Lions, you talk about letting your offensive line get downfield a little bit, right? Get on them a little bit. You create the contact, not the other way around. I want a guy that can just put his nose and find the hole quick and get
There's no doubt.
Than a guy who's going to be bouncing and trying to create something out of nothing.
It really reminds me of what Doug was doing or not doing with LeGarrette Blount in 2017. Remember, we were winning games, but the storyline was more LeGarrette. We really didn't see LeGarrette until that Week 4 matchup against the Chargers. And we really didn't see a lot of him, but he had those couple plays where like, see, Doug, look, this is what he can do.
Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling.
It reminds me a lot of what's going on with Howard right now, to where we see it in sample sizes, but it's like, and I love Doug to death. Listen, I'm not questioning, his mindset here, but it seems like with certain running backs in the past, there's always one guy, Doug, maybe it's the coordinator. This offense, they are like afraid to fully embrace. You know what I'm saying? And give just like, listen, we traded a 6th-round pick for you. That's not a lot. But we went out to get you. We know what you did with Chicago with freaking Trubisky and Jay Cutler. We know you're that good. Just let him do his job.
Leads the league, first in the league over the last 3 years in yards after contact.
Right.
Like that's a bell cow to me. That's a guy that I know I want to get these other guys touches, but why can't I get Miles like 4 or 5 touches and try to get Jordan more like, let's say 18, right? I'm going to go crazy, and then Sproles gets his. Right? I think that's a good mix.
No, I agree.
For right now, until Miles can again grow, mature as a player a little bit, slow things down a little bit. I want an experienced guy in there. I think it's a disservice to the rest of this football team to try to even get him 10 touches right now. I think he's in the position now, like, take a step back. Let's go to the vets.
Yeah.
We have 2 vets, Howard, Sproles. Like I said, I'll give Miles 5 touches. No problem there.
We have time for Miles. Like, he's not going anywhere. Howard's on a 1 year.
Yeah, so let him get 18 and find out what you got.
And 2, our line's better than Chicago was when he was there. Our quarterback is like
Supposedly, our line is.
Well, it's supposed to be on paper.
Yeah,
on
our
paper.
quarterback definitely is.
Yes. So the situation is there. So with that being said, the wide receivers concern me. I want to buy into the running game, but I have to see it to believe it.
Agreed.
And on top of that, I don't know who we're covering. Like, we made Paul Richardson and Case Keenum look incredible.
You know, it'd be fun right now to have.
Oh, Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. Just,
Hey,
guys,
yeah.
full circle.
How about that?
Full circle. First hour of our show. If you want
Yeah.
to go back on our Jalen Ramsey take on why the Philadelphia Eagles need to get Jalen Ramsey. Greg disagrees on the need part, but still wants him.
Yo, absolutely.
Yes.
We are full. Me and Ryan are full win.
100% all in.
Need. Best corner in football. Go back and listen after. You can find us. We say up on Facebook, obviously Twitter and YouTube, and then you have our podcast spots. Instagram goes away. They're weird. Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, SoundCloud. More coming.
My final score, I'm going to go with a final score of 22-20, Philadelphia Eagles.
Nice.
22.
How'd you get there?
It's going to be a missed field goal or a missed extra point. Jake Elliott. Trust me. Is it ever? I've gone 21-20 100 times in my life. It's never been that. There's always a 22 in there. You never know how many times I've picked 21 and they've gotten a 22 on me. So I'm going 22. So maybe they'll go 21, and then I'll go back.
Maybe we'll go 24.
I'll take 27. I'll go to 27. My offensive player of the game, because I think he needs to be, is Darren Sproles. And there's one thing, and like we were talking during the break, and I'll preface this by saying I don't like Mike Groh. I think he stinks. I don't like when he talks. But one thing that he said,
agreed.
yes, agreed. All check.
I just
check,
see
check,
his
check.
face, and I just want to punch
It
him.
angers me. It angers me. He had said
something
after
about
the
your
game.
face.
He said after the game that on Sunday that if another wide receiver had gone down, they would have lined Darren Sproles up as a wide receiver, which told me that they were ready to game plan him as a bigger role. Well, as of right now, we have not gained back any wide receivers. Alshon's going to be gone. D. Jackson's going to be gone. We don't know about Dallas. I know he's a tight end, but he's still catching footballs. I think that was kind of a key and a little bit of a clue that, all right, we got to get Darren Sproles involved more because, like you said, he's a veteran. Number 2, he's a playmaker. Mm-hmm. We need to line him up. I love Jordan Howard. I think he's a very good ball player. Darren Sproles is more of a playmaker, and I think it fits as far as throwing the ball.
Yeah, but you got to look at playmaking. What comes off of being able to pound the football.
True. I agree.
When you don't have all your weapons, right?
Absolutely.
Which allows your play action to work, especially at home. And your play action kicks in, and all them things start to work. Then your deep ball starts to hit. So to me, and I'm usually come out and throw early. It's a come out and pound early, and it's a pound early with Jordan Howard. I have no disagreement in Sproles having a role catching the football, no question. Like I said, he's probably gonna. To me, I give him 10 touches.
Yeah,
that's still a lot of touches for him. You know what I mean? And definitely you can have a big impact with 10 touches.
Absolutely,
especially if 5 or 6 of them are catches. But in terms of running the football, I want 18 out of Howard and 3 to 5 out of Miles.
Gotcha.
And Darren can have the rest of terms of running the ball.
As far as defensive player of the game, I've been going Brandon Graham the last 2 weeks. That hasn't done me any good. So I'm going to go with, because, again, we talk about covering. And T.J. Hawkinson, we know who he is. He's very, very good. And I'm not saying he's going to be covering him all the time. I'm going to the veteran, the quote-unquote leader of the defense, and that's Malcolm Jenkins. He needs to step up, whether that's preparing his guys, whether that's calling timeouts when Matt Ryan makes a freaking audible, Malcolm. I'm not trying to dwell on this, but
no, it's factual, man.
Like we talk, and I love Malcolm. We talk about how he's so perfect and everything. Well, listen,
get a clue, guys. Like
they audible twice. You got to call timeouts.
Everybody's up at the line of scrimmage. You saw they just checked the hell out.
He's got to step up big time. So I'm going offense, Darren Sproles, defense, Malcolm.
Did anybody else get a bad feeling as soon as he checked out of that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I got a bad feeling.
We started
right
panicking,
away.
yeah.
Like, I was outside. Remember, I came outside, and everybody was like this. And I said, why do we all-out blitz on 4th and 3?
Chucks and I were screaming, call timeout. We saw it in real time. And they're right. They're 5 feet from it.
No, you're right. I'm going, man, it's a tough football game right now.
It is.
And I don't think I trust either one of these defenses. I really, truly don't.
The Lions defense has at least shown us something, though, unfortunately.
I
mean, they held, and I get it, Phillip Rivers doesn't have all of his key pieces, but they held them to 10 points.
I won't even look at what you do against the Chargers before Week 8.
That's true.
I just can't.
That's
I can't.
fair.
It's the thing I have with them. It'll go
I
away.
understand.
Maybe it'll go away for Chargers fans someday. But right now, it's the thing I have for them.
Yeah,
and then they played Arizona, and Arizona seemed to move the football late on them.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But I think this one's going to be a high-scoring game. One, I think they're going to score points. Unless our front four comes to play, and I just don't know yet. I felt before the year that it was a top 5 in the league because I expected Barnett and Graham. They put a ton of pressure on the quarterback. Teams have been getting the ball out their hands quick against us because we don't press. So that affects that allows teams to get the ball out of their hands quicker and doesn't allow if you're running a wide 9, you have to press. To me, you have to press, or at least half the time have to press.
Well, and it exposes guys like Rasul too. If you're playing him soft, I mean, he was great last year when they were playing press.
You got to get up and guys.
Don't even put him on the field if you're playing soft.
Change their direction off the line of scrimmage. But I'm going to go 34-31.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little shootout. I think Eagles win, and I think why I'm going with 34 is because this entire fan base doesn't know or have a good feel on where this offense is going to get their
So naturally, it's going to blow.
Oh, they're going to.
Yeah, I that's where I kind of got you.
The only feel I have in this football game right now, and it's going to change by morning wood on Friday and agree. and I'll agree disagree is going to be on afterwards. But you know what I mean? So we'll be able to reflect on it, obviously, and everybody can get everything off their chest. But, that's the feel I had. The feel I have is they're going to light it up. And I think guys are going to have big games like, where do we get our offense from? Well, Zach Ertz is still here. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's solid, right? And then you look at, Carson can make plays and create plays on his own, which then allows guys to get open. You have the running game to be able to run the football, right? So, I mean, you still have a Pro Bowl tight end on the football field.
Yeah.
And where you consider a Pro Bowl quarterback.
And a first-round wide receiver.
And
Nelly.
Yeah, first-round wide receiver in Nelly. And then you have JJ who you have, used a big asset on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not saying he's going to come out and play well, but, Matt Collins is a guy they like a lot. So, other guys got to step up and maybe simplify they do. So, offensively, listen, I got to go with 11.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I would like to say this entire offensive line. I would love to say this entire offensive line player again. They need to be.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Carson. I think he throws 3 over 300, and I believe they run in 2 touchdowns too, or maybe even a defensive score.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, can we force a turnover again, please? That was nice.
That was fun.
3 of them.
That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was funny too. As I was driving over, because I got there late.
Yeah.
And they were saying on the broadcast, Mike Quick and Merrill, and they're like, we haven't gotten a turnover. Now, granted, it was at that point only like 6 quarters, but they were like, we haven't gotten a turnover yet this year. And then they came in bunches.
Yep.
Then they can come in bunches this week. Stafford has a tendency to turn football over if you put pressure on them. But I'm going to go 34-31. I said offense, Carson. Oh, man.
It's tough on defense right now.
There's been a lot of guys defensively I feel like I haven't heard a lot.
Nope.
Right? And Nigel, the list goes on, right? I just feel like some milk cartons somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow. But the player of the game, again, we talk about offense, it needs to be the offensive line. Well, in the other side of the football, defensively, it needs to be this front four. I mean, they got to create havoc. But, I mean, I would love to say Fletcher, player of the game. I'm going to go Fletcher Cox. When I used to do this, it used to work.
Yeah.
When I used to beg and scream that I need to hear you 100 times on the broadcast, even though I won't be able to watch it till halftime, I need to see you 100 times on the damn broadcast.
Sure.
You understand? Or if I'm listening in on the car or somebody's texting me, I want to go back and look at my messages and hear Fletcher had a monster goddamn game and put this defense on his back a little bit. Ryan talks about Malcolm and the importance of Malcolm, where I completely agree with Ryan on that one. Well, who's the other leader? The other big leader is Fletcher Cox. So my 2 leaders to tie him into this one both need to step up.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I need to hear your guys' name all day. So I'll go Fletch and Carson, players of the game, 34-31 Eagles. Fam, you can continue to post them. Chime in. We're actually going to get the hell out of here.
Real quick before we go, I just saw it on MLB Network. Garrett Cole has reached 300 strikeouts this season.
Did they win tonight?
They did.
Okay. They were
In 198 in the third innings. It's the second fewest innings for a pitcher to reach 300 strikeouts.
Wow.
Hey, Clintac.
And he joins J.R. Richard and Mike Scott as the only Astros to do it. First since 1986.
Pimpin' ain't easy. We got to read one
and
more
we got to
Sweeps
get
comment.
one of Sweep's comment.
Yeah, don't try to steal the thunder, babe.
Well, he hit me up, too, with it. But it's the Harper one. I don't know where he put it.
He did say Greg Ward off practice squad, give him a shot with all the injuries.
I have a Harper one.
I got it.
You got it.
And he says, with age, or wit,
Wit.
and with age comes maturity. Look at Harper. His national teammate. This is going back to our Ramsey talk about how the teammates respond, right? Look at Harper. His national teammates let Pat choke him out. Now in Philly, nobody would get 2 steps from him without themselves being body slammed. So maybe the outside public of Ramsey is misunderstood.
No, and I want to I don't want to piggyback off of that for 1 second, right? Because that's so well said. Because look at Antonio Brown when he's had his blow-ups. Do you see a lot of guys over in his area?
Follow him around.
Yeah,
or
do you
come
see that?
to his aid.
Do you see that they come to the aid thing, or do you see like, I don't want no parts of this guy?
Well, and look at,
You know,
again,
and you got to look at it like that.
No, absolutely.
I know it's perception, but perception's all we got.
people always talk about, their confidence in the culture of this locker room. We always talk about that, and it's justified. And again, nothing's compared to Antonio Brown. But Jalen Ramsey is being questioned as a bad locker room guy, not all with it. We've had 2 guys in the past 2 years that had off-the-field questions. Not similar degrees. Jay Ajayi was called a bad locker room guy, an issue. Came in,
we loved him.
did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
On top of that, and keeping things football, I think Michael Bennett was perfect. We traded for him. He was pretty damn good for us last year, wasn't he?
Thinking that one
Probably
too, Ryan.
the
That's
best
the one.
defensive player for us last year. That wasn't
And a
named
lot of
Malcolm
the
Jenkins.
season, yeah.
Yep.
For a lot of the season. You're absolutely right.
Was he an issue? Nope.
Nope. We still were semi-successful given the circumstances.
Yes, and he
You know
played
what I mean?
hurt the entire year, and he was awesome.
Yeah,
Fletcher
absolutely.
Cox, take notes, please.
No, that's so true.
Jalen Ramsey is not going to be an issue. You know why? Because we're going to win, and we have a culture.
Yeah.
2 things the Jaguars don't do.
And the third thing is he's not an issue.
Yeah.
That as well.
You know what I mean?
And-
Like,
and-
just
He's
to-
not going to be an issue because he's not an issue.
It's just that on though. Like I
It's-
just don't look at him as an issue guy.
Yeah.
I look at him as a guy who wants to win football games. If you look back to the year they went to the AFC title game, his bravado essentially took them there.
Mm-hmm.
The way he shit
Oh,
talked.
he was the spokesman of the team.
Yeah, dude. People
Bortles
rallied
didn't say
around that
anything.
dude.
But
People rallied around that
Yes.
dude.
It's the old adage, winning cures everything. So
But
he,
they were
Sweeps.
good though.
No, that's
They
what
were
I'm saying.
They were actually good.
Yes.
The year after they weren't because Fournette went down
Right.
last year, and then they had big injuries on the outside. Like their offense stunk. And once your offense stinks to the point it stinks, I don't care how good your defense is.
Yeah.
And this year's even more of a microcosm of that. Like if you watch them, their defense is still physical.
Mm-hmm.
They'll still run into the football, but they lost some big pieces. They still got some damn good ones.
Miller time. Thanks, Sweeps.
Thanks, Sweeps.
What?
He says,
Shower pounder time
That
for
was-
Uncle.
Oh, he's pounding.
Yeah.
Shower pounder?
Yep.
Why was that awkward response back by you?
I don't know. It was just.
Yeah.
I was just because.
The leg gate, like watching the game again.
Yeah. I got.
They
caught
won
up-
what?
I got caught up in a home run.
Julio did what?
He really caught that ball on the sidelines like that? I still can't believe he caught that ball. That Odell catch, by the way, the other night was
That was pretty
freaking
filthy.
ridiculous. And I think I want to say a little bit that dude is semi-maturing, but we'll see.
Well, we're comparing it also to Antonio Brown.
Isn't it like he looks like a choir boy?
Well,
He
yeah.
The other
does.
night, I'm like, maybe he's misunderstood.
Yeah.
He's not. But maybe he is.
Maybe
you know?
he just wanted to win. Maybe he just wanted a quarterback.
Oh,
No, he's
yeah.
still weird. He's just not Antonio.
That probably helps too.
Yeah.
You know, like playing with Mr. Mediocrity
Yeah.
for so long, and especially over the last 2 where he's flat out fucking stunk.
Eli looked like he was going to die in his presser, by the way, today.
And he said, "It's not like I'm dying.
Yeah, I know, but he looked like he was
But
going
you
to
look
die.
like you're dead.
Yeah.
You're alive, but look dead."
Oh, you know,
You good?
Oh, we'll get through it. We'll all get through it. Oh, it's a freaking football game. We'll get through
Yeah,
it.
we'll get through it.
We'll get through this together.
you
No,
got-
it's not together anymore, Eli. You're on
You
the
got,
bench.
yeah, you got $17 million to get through it. Sure, it's a struggle. Bill says, "Thanks for the double shift, Rye."
Oh, no problem, Bill.
Stephen White, 31, 27 Birds. All right. Ishmael Rodriguez, what's up, brother? 27, 17 Eagles, player of the game Goddard, and defense Maddox. Murph, 27-17 Nelson, and Sidney gets an interception. I don't know why I did int. An interception and limits Galladay. I love that one. I agree with this on Matt Haxton. I honestly think Jordan Howard is being kept out because they want him to carry the load at the end of the season and playoffs like Blunt did. And I've been thinking
That's
that
fair.
too. And I
That's
said
fair.
that to a couple people. Like,
Yeah.
everybody relax. He'll get his touches. But then there's sometimes the circumstances happen where you're forced to have to go outside of what your initial thought process is and just win, baby.
And
right?
yes,
The old
and
adage.
this is one of those. Because no one has a feel because of injuries. This seems like one of those times
Run the ball.
where you just, here's my guy. I know we were trying to save some touches. Run the football.
20 times in the belly.
We could do that against the Giants.
Yeah. Run the football. Run the football. And I never say that, do I?
No, you were never a run the football
I'm
guy.
not a run the football guy. Not when I got an elite quarterback. I'm not a run the football guy. But in a game where it's like, it's not a must win. It's so early.
Yeah.
But it's like a semi, just because I know this fan base. And they're
Oh
lunatics.
my goodness.
They're lunatics. Like, people will really, there will be bridge jumping. But besides that, like, it would be a big win with all the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
To win a game depleted because you know these guys are going to be back. And now, if I can win this week and win
get
Thursday,
this,
right?
yes.
Now, maybe I don't have to bring them back yet.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give Alshon and D-Jax another week, right? And it allows you. We did that. We talked about that with Carson, with Foles early on last year.
Yep.
If you can win some games, you're going to allow him to stay out.
Yep.
They didn't.
And they looked real bad doing it.
Yup, which pushed it in for him to play earlier.
Would you call it a must-win?
It's as much of a win as it can be early on, but it isn't because there's so much season left. But so it's not. It really, truly isn't. But to us as fans, everyone essentially is, and you don't want to go to 1 and 2 because I'll see panic. But I don't think they lose this football game though. I don't have the feel of a loss. I just don't have a feel of like, what am I going to see defensively?
Right.
Some key spots I don't have a feel on.
I just lean towards yes because I hate falling 2 games behind Dallas the way they are this early in the season.
But you still play them twice.
True.
So you control your own destiny.
True.
And we can play there. We've shown it. We can't beat them, but we can play there.
Make it interesting.
But the point is, the big reason why to me it would be a must win is because you can keep these other 2, and then you're gaining 2 things out of it, right? If I can keep them 2 out because I win two in a row here, right? And I can keep them 2 out another extra week. 2, the bigger thing is now I get JJ more work.
Yeah.
More work and
More
Mac.
involved
And
and
Mac,
up
because
to
he needs it
speed.
too. Mac needs it too. So I can get them to some more work that, God forbid, D-Jax goes down in week 14 in a big game. At least I know JJ knows enough, and now they played together a little bit.
Yep.
So that's why I would look at it as like it's a must-win for that because of the way I'm looking at it.
Sure.
True.
But that's the only reason. To me, you can go 1 and 2 and roll, baby. The NFL's crazy. You can start out like 1 and 4 and then just roll.
Well, yeah,
9 in a row.
The Patriots do it every year.
Yeah.
Like September's feeling out period.
In my predictions, I have them going on a 6-game winning streak after the bye.
So you
like,
can
know what
have
I mean?
a-
Like,
yeah, so you
there's
can
time.
have a loss.
Yeah, there's time.
Yeah, you can have a loss. It's not jump off the bridge yet with a loss, but I don't think they will. But tomorrow night there is no lazy booking.
Nope. Special airtime for Hockey Happy Hour.
8 o'clock, I assume.
Yes, sir.
8 o'clock hockey happy hour.
Giddy up.
Friday
Love it.
morning.
We might have some A2D at Flyers training camp tomorrow.
Enjoy yourselves.
Have fun.
Come on with us.
It's not there yet.
One at a time.
Training camp. I don't do camps. I'm not a camp guy.
Yeah, it's early.
It's like short and tees.
I get you.
I ain't a camp guy.
It's local. It's here. Let's go see the kids.
That's cute. I mean,
Local.
if unless you're getting interviews, I just don't.
Well, maybe we'll get them.
Then get them.
Well, then give them a call.
Get them.
Yeah.
Give them a call.
Yeah. That's,
Since he's
somebody-
local.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somebody down
Short
there.
drive.
What the hell are they going to say?
Friday morning.
Hockey happy hour.
We got that.
Yep.
8 p.m. tomorrow. Morning Wood. Me, Wells. Greg on the 1s and 2s.
Ralphie D on the 1s and 2s.
10:30. I said, Greg, grow up.
He's going to harp on this now.
Friday night, you'll have
He's lashing out.
Philly sports
Never gonna
guys.
live it down.
Saturday the weekly roundup at 1. And Sunday night, I would assume at 8 o'clock or somewhere around there. Agree, disagree. Obviously giving you some live reaction to the Sunday night game, but then breaking down what was Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll be here for you. So, if 1 to 4 is a bad time, you know where to be. I don't think it will be. We're going to find a way to win this week. So, for Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Greg Milakovic, a.k.a. Ralphie D, Robbie
Love
Pove on the 1s and 2s. No Mike Mataraki tonight. He'll be back next week, fam, for all you missing Big Mikey Smalls, as the kids on the street like to say. Thank you, Gibson Mayer, our certified public accountant. Make him yours. Find him on the web, gibsonmayer.com, as well as Dr. Paul Vidal. He's our doc. Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. It's freaking late. We out.